Hi. Hi. Hi, guys.
Yo, Tank Abbott here, and you're checking out the Bro Plata podcast with Tim Danko and Ray Hyclack. Check it out. Get down. It kicks ass.
Thanks, Tank.
Thanks, Tank. You're the dopest.
A booger in his nose?
Possibly. I've never looked at you. Don't look Tank Abbott directly in the mustache. You never.
Oh, good point.
That's how
Yeah, that's a
people
good point. That is how
Okay.
you die. I think what it is. Well, he definitely has like a tear in his nostril,
Probably.
which doesn't surprise me at all. When I saw that, I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's been in some fights. This guy.
Well, hell yeah.
Well, watching it was something dumb. Like it wasn't even from a fight. It was like a cat scratched him or something stupid. like Nick Fury.
Hey, that's a war wound, man. That's a war wound.
I guess it counts as a war wound if the cat was actually an alien, right?
Yes.
So I guess, yeah. Anyway, Marvel, everybody.
Damn flirkins. Those fucking cats. I'm on Team Skrull when it comes to flirkins. They're creepy and I don't like them. I am on Team Skrull, dude. Like, totally. I can't wait to see a scene in Secret Invasion when an army of flirkins comes at a bunch of Skrulls. Like, I think that should be a thing. If they don't do that, they're missing out on comedy gold. It's a great callback. Like, it is an amazing callback. And I didn't love Captain Marvel. I liked it. But like Talos being afraid of the flirkin was like the best part of that whole movie. It's like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, what I liked about that movie is Ben Mendelsohn's great. He's always great. And Brie Larson's hot. She's always hot. And the soundtrack. That was my favorite. You know,
Yes.
90s, you know, like Garbage was playing at one point. You know, that's good. Good stuff.
Hell yeah, man. Like
that's what I mean. Listen, I don't know how many Marvel movies I didn't like. However, I think the ones I haven't liked are like the last two. Like Eternals is okay. Black Widow might be the worst one. It's not
really
awful.
I was actually good. I want to see Shang-Chi just came out on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I watched that. Shang-Chi is better than Eternals and Black Widow.
Okay.
In my opinion. Yeah. I don't know about Thomas, but in mine, it's better than both of those.
Shang-Chi is better than both of those. Yeah. Eternal. The more I think about Eternals, it just pisses me off and gets me ready for No Way Home.
Was it that bad? I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen the spoilers and all that stuff because I'm that guy.
Like I said before, like we're so desensitized to special effects now, right? Like I said before, like it's not like when we watched Jurassic Park for the first time, we were like, anything is possible, right? So it's not like that, but it's okay. It's okay. It's just aggressively okay.
Did you see the epilogue for Jurassic World Dominion got dropped today?
I did see it. Haven't looked at it.
Yeah, I gotta look at
that. I'm gonna have to watch that. Hey, John 209, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Hopefully everybody is doing okay. It is the Bro Plata. Ray Hyclack, Tim Danko, Tommy, what we call Tommy Borderline right underneath us.
Lucky Star, something like that.
Lucky Star, the lucky star of the Bro Plata podcast, Tommy Borderline. And we are here again for another week. And I want to keep going on that Marvel thing. There's people popping in, so I just wanted to say hi.
Oh, I was hoping we would be done. It's going to be a Marvel podcast the whole time. I want to talk about my name for this episode because I was so excited when I thought of this. Like, I know it's corny, but I'm like, that is great. That's better than anything we're going to come up with.
It's the best Limp Bizkit tribute we can possibly come up with chocolate pie dish and the turkey flavored water.
Yeah.
You didn't see that, Thomas? The episode's called? Yeah. Yeah, good job, buddy.
Nice.
I think I messaged Ray at like 6.
Wear a bag.
I thought of that beforehand, but I'm like, he's not up yet, so I had to wait because I haven't been able to sleep much. So
what time did you send me that? It had to be
6:30. It was
I was up around then. Yeah.
That's why I sent it because I figured you'd.
It's one reason why I look the way I do. You bastard, mentioning how I looked. I see. Whatever.
How you look in general.
This is true.
Are you over your complaining about earlier you were telling me about, and no one loves Ray, and you're just gonna bitch about it?
Well, I've had
Everybody
sort of
hates Raymond. What?
I've had sort of a day. I had a huge high yesterday. I think that's why I was so down today. Is like I went to do an amazing thing and had fun doing it. Didn't get tapped, which was lovely. Makes me feel good. And I went
You had an
rolling.
orgy? Oh, okay,
I mean, it technically it was an orgy of violence after the class was over, but that's
aren't they all?
Oh my god, I forgot how awesome it was to roll, like like to a class, to a jujitsu class, and then like roll. It was so much fun. I missed it. I'm 225 pounds right now, so I need to get down, like extremely. I need to be less of a fat boy.
What Ray said, he went and rolled. He went to jujitsu class on MDMA. Is what he did.
I smoked 2 fat bowls before I walked in. I brought my weed with me for after class because I knew the high would actually.
Every rolling, like half the people I've ever rolled with smell like weed.
Yeah, I know. It's a wonderful day. It's a huge thing in the in like the jiu-jitsu communities, people smoking weed and shit. And Michelob Ultra, what? Oh god, okay. He's just throwing beers out. And I know you can't make babies with a bag. That's why. Wear a fucking condom, you savage. For God's sake.
I was just gonna say I had a conversation with my grandfather the other day because I've been in pain, and he's like, "You need to get a medical marijuana card." I'm like, "This is a real like 180 from the things I heard from my grandfather in my youth." Like this.
Yeah, I know.
Like I asked him one time, both my grandparents, I'm like, how many times in your life have you heard about like a neighbor's kid or a neighbor or somebody smoking the reefer, and you just shake your head like you're on the reefer, they're on them, and they're like a lot. Like that's happened a lot. Like now my grandpa, takes like marijuana pills every night.
My favorite weed story I ever had was I almost got caught smoking weed by my dad. And like he actually blamed the neighbors, which was the best part. He was like, "Can you fucking believe those guys are just openly smoking weed in front outside?" I'm like, because he hated the neighbors that were next to our house. We used to have like woods and shit, and they built a house next door. Really just trashy, shitty house, like a Ryan home almost. And like, yeah, I was smoking a joint out in the backyard of my house. And I saw him walk down. I threw the joint down and like stomped it out and like stood there. And I'm like, "Hey, Dad." He's like, "Can you fucking believe those jagoffs are fucking smoking weed?" I'm like, "Oh fuck," because my dad was 6'6". He catches me smoking weed. It becomes basically like me versus Tyson Fury. I don't want that. I don't want that smoke. Are you fucking kidding me? So I smoked that joint later after he fell asleep and everything was fine. But yeah,
you dug it out of the dirt.
No, actually, luckily there was like this concrete slab, sort of like this weird foot thing, or like a foot slab, and like I was smoking on that. So luckily I didn't have to like pick anything out of it, which was nice. But that was a horrifying moment in my life. Not gonna lie.
I didn't know they made marijuana Kool-Aid.
I mean, they make anything with marijuana now.
But marijuana
sounds fun.
Right. It
does. The thing a lot of people say when products like that come out, and there is a legitimate concern, is like, you don't want kids to accidentally get into it. But like, what responsible human being, even a little responsible, like has their marijuana products anywhere a kid can get them? Like,
That's a cool mom, by the way. Casey Jones. I got caught smoking weed, and my mom said you could have smoked it, or you could have at least smoked in the shed. That's a cool mom.
Excuse me. I remember I might have been in high school. No, I think I might have been out of high school, like 2021 or something like that, 1920. And I was in a car with my friends, and we were smoking a bowl, and my mother called me, and she said jokingly, She's like, "You're not smoking marijuana, are you?" I'm like, "Yeah." No. What I said was like, I gotta go, Mom. It's my turn to hit the ball. And she laughed. She goes, "Ha, ha, ha, okay, bye." And then I took the ball and hit the ball.
That's awesome.
I've told her that since. Like, she's well aware.
She was probably like, I fucking knew it. I just knew it.
I wish I had those stories. I don't. I started at 36 and quit at 37.
Oh, I love it.
I really wish I had some now though, because I'm not feeling great. But geez, Ray, if you're a good friend, you come down with a big old bowl and try to make me feel better. That's what you would do.
Well, I got to work tomorrow, so
The
I can't
whole
do
day?
that.
The whole day.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, man.
From like 8 to 5.
I'm just giving you shit. I did. Our buddy Andrew Lowe, who's been on the podcast, I did message him because I know he has this card and he has edibles. I'm like, dude, do you happen to have any? Because I can buy from. He didn't have any. It's unfortunate because I could really use some right now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to smoke it because whatever's going on with my insides, I don't want to make it worse. So that's why I want an edible. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about that anymore because it's going to make me feel sad. All right, moving on.
Moving on.
Well, chocolate-covered marijuana pretzels.
What?
I've had
chocolate-covered marijuana pretzels.
It's delightful.
It's in the
I've
chocolate,
had that before.
Is there marijuana cheese? Is that a thing? Probably.
Probably.
And melted cheese.
I know butter is.
Butter, yeah, butter is. Well, but yeah, butter is what they use to make a lot of that stuff.
The one thing that always, and I talk about it on stage, is the powderized THC that I used to get, like, was amazing. Like, yeah, because I saw somebody from Colorado for years, and she would come and visit me here in Cleveland and would bring me these blue bags of powderized THC that were the best ever. Like, those things were fantastic. What's up? Why are you doing the white
breaking news here? Breaking news. Listen, this has been A-okay my entire life. Take that away, man. Are you take away rock horns next? This is anti-Semitic now. Like, what? Anyway, no, this is we got the top 4 in the CFP top 25 college football. Georgia number 1, Ohio State number 2, which I was hoping would happen. Alabama number 3, Cincinnati in their rightful spot in the top 4 finally.
About time.
Are they good this year?
Yeah, they're undefeated. Cincinnati played Georgia last year and gave them a hell of a game. It was close. They lost, but it was close. So they can play with all of these teams.
That would be hilarious.
I don't see them getting blown out.
Won the national championship.
It would be amazing. Oh no,
it would be hilarious.
It can't be Ohio State. I want it to be Cincinnati. I'll say that.
See, I'll go 3 ways: Cincinnati, Georgia, or Ohio State.
I don't care about Georgia.
Look, my grandma's from Athens, and she was a Georgia Bulldog diehard. She was a Buckeye diehard too, but she fight you over both teams. So that
sounds weird. Like having a tie is weird. Like, I mean, Thomas said like he has teams he likes, but the Browns are number 1. That makes sense, right? But having like a tie is weird to me. Like, what if they play each other? You're saying like you don't care? You honestly don't care? That's weird.
I did have that for the longest time. My 2 favorite NL baseball teams were the Pittsburgh Pirates, number 1 always, and then the Houston Astros were always my number 2 team. Then once they became the cheaters of the AL, I had 2 teams to root for, and then I had 1 team I root for in baseball, which is now the Pittsburgh Pirates after the fucking Astros. Fucking
yeah, it sucks. I hate them for it. I will never forgive them. Michigan number 5. It's going to be a bloodbath this weekend, man. Like, it's been a long time. I mean, this is the biggest game as far as implications of national championship since 2006 when they were both undefeated. When Troy Smith and that was a 42-39, that shootout. That was a great game. I remember that game. I remember where I was. And this is good. This is the since then, it hasn't been that much stakes for both teams since now because Michigan beats Ohio State. They're in Michigan. They're in Ohio State's place. They get to go to the Big Ten championship game, and if they win that, they'll be in the playoff.
Yeah.
My mother and her boyfriend have gone to, well, not last year, but I think 17, 18, 19, they went to Indianapolis for the Big Ten championship game. And they're going again this year if Ohio State wins, but they have to win. If not, he has to sell his tickets. So
Oh,
Why not go anyway?
to see Michigan play in it,
Yeah, why not? You root
I don't
against the other team.
you know what? Maybe they will. I don't know. But as far as I know, they still plan on going. That'll be next week, right? Yeah. So
Yeah. Around that time.
but should be good. Should be fun. Thomas, did when CJ Stroud was playing those first two games against Minnesota and then Oregon, did you figure he'd be a Heisman candidate?
nope, because he looked
No,
horrible. He looked terrified.
Yep. Some people were telling me, "Oh, you can go through Facebook. There's a bunch of people I know that put messages are like, we need to get somebody else in there. This kid, blah blah blah." And Alan, who's on the show last week, texts me and he's like, "It's like we got this kid." I'm like, "He'll be fine." I'm like, "He's his first game. He'll be fine." And I told him the other day, Saturday, I'm like, "Remember what I told you? He'd be fine." I'm like, "I didn't expect him to be this good." It helps that he has a great receivers, offensive line, and a running game. But he makes his throws though. He's making the throws and the reads, and he's doing a good job.
Yeah,
unlike Baker Mayfield, he's not making his throws, so he's not talking.
I need to say, and I know you guys will love this, but I'm kind of amazed, being the state of the team in the last decade or so. Pitt is 17th in the rankings. We never even cracked the top 25 in like probably the last 15 years. So that's kind of amazing. I just got that on ESPN.
Are they going to play in the championship game of their conference, the ACC championship game?
I think so. They've had a great season so far too.
Pitt's always had some competitive teams that just can't push over.
No.
They've already clinched the Coastal Division of the ACC, and they're either going to play Wake Forest or Clemson in that game. So, yeah, good for them. I mean, listen, that means they're going to get a big bowl game. If they win the ACC, they'll get a big bowl game.
Yeah. That's what I want. Like, I was actually at the game where they beat Iowa back in what was it, 2006, I think. When they beat Iowa, and LaShawn McCoy was their running back, and forget the quarterback's name. But yeah, that was a great team that they had for the longest. And now they're actually doing shit. I'm surprised. I would love to see them win the national championship. Just like out of nowhere, you see like Pitt. You're like, what the fuck? Okay, looks like I have to buy a national championship gear.
Well, if they would have lost one less game, they would have had a shot. But but they could still. I mean, I don't know what they do. Orange Bowl, maybe. I don't know whichever. I don't even know which games are the semifinals this year. But the national championship is also in Indianapolis this year.
Really?
Yeah.
When is that usually?
Like
first
third or
year.
fourth. Yeah, like a couple days after the first.
7. Yeah, that's
like the 7th.
Yeah, like a week or something after.
Yeah.
It's usually on a Monday for some dumb reason. I don't know why do they have all these big games on days that suck for people.
Well, I mean, it is a 6-hour drive, and how much is like the cheapest ticket?
Oh, honestly, it'd be impossible to get them on face value or from whoever sells them. You have to get them secondary, and it'd be insane. I don't know, 6 maybe 7 maybe.
That's not that bad for the national championship.
Maybe more. I'm just guessing. That's just a blind guess. I have no idea.
You got to think it's the same people with the hologram in their lobby. They're gonna charge. They got to pay for that hologram.
This is true.
Well, that stadium isn't really even that big capacity. Like, it's not as big capacity as like the Superdome or Mercedes-Benz, where they've had games in the past. I think that's only like maybe 50,000. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is 50,000.
It looks huge from like ground level. It looks massive. I was there. I was right outside of it because the Indianapolis Greyhound bus station is there, like right next door. Yeah, that was when I did a 2-day trek from Colorado to a 2.5-day trek from Colorado to Cleveland on a goddamn Greyhound bus.
It's more than I thought.
They do 70,000. Yeah.
Oh, they're about 70,000. It's not that bad.
It's still less than those other stadiums, though, isn't it?
I mean,
well, that's 70,000 seats, though. I mean, you go to stadiums any bigger than about whatever Dallas is. Any stadium that has more seats than Dallas, it's all bench seating, like
Michigan
and Ohio State and Beaver Stadium, Penn State. Very uncomfortable to go to those games. A lot of fun, but especially if you're a big dude, not comfortable because you're like this. Right? The last one I went to, it was hot for some reason.
That's funny.
Unseasonably hot. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never been to the horseshoe.
It's fun, dude. It's fun.
Never been. I want to go. I want to experience that.
Outside the horseshoe, I've never been in the horseshoe.
Oh, really?
Me too. Yeah, I've been outside of it on like campus of OSU, but I've never like been that like inside, and I want to. Looks cool.
I've only been to 3 games. The first one I was 16, and then like a couple years ago, I just went to like in 2019. I went to the Miami game, Miami, Ohio. We beat them like 76-5 or something. And then the year before that, I saw them play Tulane, and they beat them really bad too. So none of the games I've been to are close. So eventually, I'm gonna have to splurge and get like a Big Ten game money. So.
Yeah, I went to probably about 3 Pitt games in my entire life, and they were all at Heinz Field, which was cool. It was fun, but it wasn't like packed to the gills. Obviously,
they don't sell that place out, do they?
No, not at all. And
they start winning. I mean, next year they probably will close to it.
Yeah, because that's the one thing Pittsburgh gets behind is a fucking winner, no matter what. So
that's everybody.
Yeah,
I love that.
Except for the Pirates. And we had one major sellout in our entire like thing, which was the wild card game back in 2014. That was the most packed I've ever seen that outside of opening day.
Was that the Cueto game?
Yeah, where he dropped the ball.
I love the Cueto game.
I cursed Sinshu Chu's name because he hit this fucking jagoff Pirate fan. Who is the guy from Chicago? The headphones. The headphones.
Bartman?
Oh, Bartman.
Yeah, Bartman. He Bartman this fucking ball. It would have just hit underneath the railing, but this jagoff fucking puts his hands out and like it hits. So Shinshu Chu gets a fucking home run. You're like, go fuck yourself, dude. It tied the game up at 1. I was like, no, this is how we lose.
The shit that they put that poor man through.
Bartman, fuck yeah, dude.
That poor guy. That was so bad. And I was thinking now, I'm like, what if it happened now? It'd be even worse because that was before social media.
Yeah.
A lot of it, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it would be even worse. I'm like, the fact that guy got through it alive. I mean, literally. I mean, like, so you see how much shit would have gone. Like, he would have went nuts probably if he read it, but he did a really good job of just staying away from it. And good for him. But I didn't know this until I think literally yesterday. I saw this somewhere. The Cubs gave him a World Series ring in 2016.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing.
Cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
we didn't mean it, homie. Sorry.
It's great that Moses Alou didn't admit until like years later that he probably wouldn't have caught the ball anyway. But that probably would have been something good to say after the game. That poor guy. Man, that sucks.
He got pissed, Moises, after that. Like, he sold it hardcore. Like that was definitely a nice sell job. I liked it.
That's why in that situation, I think I'd be doing this. Just like hands on myself, like don't even touch it, don't even do anything.
Yeah, that poor Steve Bartman. Him and the Buffalo kicker from the Super Bowl.
Leave Scott Norwood alone.
Apparently, like people were actually supportive of him in Buffalo. Well, I had a buddy that lived in that he's from Buffalo and he does comedy. You know Jim Lalka, right?
No.
Okay, he's always been around Cleveland comedy, and I love Jim. And he's a Buffalo sports fanatic, and he was like, "Yeah, we were supportive of Scott Norwood. Nobody really egged his house or anything." I'm like, "No, why are you breaking the illusion? I love that myth."
A player is one thing, man. He's getting paid to make that field goal, right? And he missed the field goal. Bartman's just a guy.
Yeah, I know. Just some accountant from fucking Boys Town in Chicago.
Yeah, it was something like that. I mean, that poor guy. And plus, like, doesn't have the person that, like, there's some people that if that happened to them, they'd be like all about it, all about the attention, all about it. He was not. So
no.
I mean,
I
listen, he
wouldn't
did a pretty
be.
good job getting through that because, man, they gave him hell. Like I said, if it was a social media area, it would have been 100 times worse.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, I
I
don't know.
wouldn't.
I like to think people nowadays are a little, I don't know. I think they'd realize
Have
how
you
mean
been on
they'd being.
Twitter lately?
I know, but
Which, by the way,
like
at
the
Plata
Cubs were
on Twitter.
pissed at him. The Cubs were pissed at him. When was the last time we tweeted?
But the thing is,
Today I
Oh, did
tweet
you tweet?
every.
Okay.
I tweet
I-
every day,
I believe
or
you.
at
I don't
least,
know.
or
I didn't know
every
that.
week that we do this show.
Okay.
I don't do Twitter because my Twitter's a cesspool, and I'm not talking about a good cesspool.
Well, mine's a lot of OnlyFans girls just for the free photos.
There you go.
A lot of BBW on
There
there.
you go. There, yep.
Whereas Tim calls them the linebackers.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know it's weird coming from someone who looks like me, but I've said to Ray a bunch of times, I'm like, when Ray was sending me a picture or showing me a picture of a girl he thinks is hot, I'm like, we apparently have different tastes.
Ever since, and that's the thing, it's been since like first grade. Like the first like girlfriend I ever had was like a fat blonde. So it was like it was started early. And I don't know why, but I don't know. It looks nice. It looks nice. Tim, it looks nice.
I dated a girl.
It's not like I've never been with big girls. Of course I have, but like, you know,
Yeah, but
just
what's your
like,
definition of a big girl?
Yeah.
I don't. Well, here's the thing. Show me a picture.
What's
and I'll
your
tell you
weight
if she is
limit?
or not? There's no weight limit. It depends on a lot of things, man. Depends on a lot of things, right? So the only way I can say is show me a picture, and I tell you if she is or not. All right, there you go.
I was about to say, like, if you've been in the 300 range, you're probably with me and Thomas.
Oh, Lord.
Like, yeah, it's a
She
thing.
definitely
Son.
can't weigh more than me like that. No,
Why not?
Yeah,
because you know how big she'd be to weigh more than me. Like this.
yeah. I've
We would-
had your
we would
weight and more,
Kill
son.
each other. We would kill
No,
each
you
other.
wouldn't. It would be the most comfortable loving you've
No, it
ever
wouldn't.
had.
Looks like
No.
it looks like two king seals fighting on a beach.
Oh, dang.
I feel like we're both too fat to get through it.
Oh no,
Oh.
there's ways. There's ways. It's called positions for a reason, son.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's two people that size can only do so many positions. I can
Yeah,
think of
but-
two.
You gotta
Yeah.
find some flexible.
Well,
Hey,
most-
not everybody is 300 pounds and can put their leg over their head like me. So
you would be surprised.
Exactly.
really,
You
Yeah.
would
I
be
believe you.
surprised.
I don't know.
I have
Gabby Garcia, maybe.
Gabby. I would
Gabby
definitely
Garcia.
go for Gabby Garcia. Amazon of all Amazons, right there. Queen of the world. All day. You don't know what Gabby Garcia looks like, Thomas?
I'm Googling now.
Make sure you put in,
Ah!
put in MMA or something. Make sure you get the right one.
The
Well, you'll know when you
greatest
see her.
female heavyweight fighter of all time.
I think she's lost
And-
weight. So you might see some pretty pictures of her, but you'll see the big ones.
She's fine, dude. Like, I don't say that much about like Brazilian women, but she's fine.
Didn't she compete in jiu-jitsu as like 6'2", 250?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Whoa, that's a big lady.
Hey, Amazons exist for a reason, and the videos are there to prove it.
Holy dog shit.
Yeah, right? She's fucking hot. Or
Yeah,
to
she's
quote,
cute, but she's dwarfing this one chick.
Yeah, everyone she
She
fought
does.
in MMA. I don't think she. It was hard to find her fights, obviously, because no one was in her weight class, so it was all like freak show fights. But not calling her a freak, because I'm not at all. But just unfortunate because there's no one for her to fight. She just grappled with Craig Jones, didn't she? Who won that? Probably Craig Jones, but
I don't know. She'll cook pork chops, a sandwich, pork
a
chops,
whole
and
chicken. Yes,
a whole chicken afterwards. Yes, she knows how to spice it properly. That's how it goes.
well, not the white
Post
ones.
set. Hey, I judge women on their post sex chicken. Okay, if they do not,
Listen, that's gonna be Dave's like Dave Portnoy pizza thing. He's gonna be fixing the bed, being like, okay, the girl's a 6, chicken's a 7. Post-coital chicken with Ray. Please
then
start
at
making
dinner-
that a YouTube series, please, or something.
Post chicken sex.
Post-coital.
Post-coital
It's you.
chicken.
It's just you and with your hair messed up in different beds, eating different chickens.
All right, this week we're eating Popeyes. I just went down on Carrie for 4 hours.
She didn't
Let's see
cook,
how it
lazy.
tastes.
Yeah, but she did order out. She DoorDash, lazy again.
I'm getting 2 things this week: fish and chicken. It's a wonderful time.
You ruined it. You ruined
No,
it.
it's
We were having
hey,
fun.
sometimes you want trout. It happens. It's you go to a seafood restaurant, you get what you get. All right.
Well, Ray just crashed it off the rails. There's this train just got derailed.
I will
Like,
say that was one of the
unstoppable.
benefits of getting COVID was having no taste buds. Any girl that was like, I just worked out, I'm like, that's fine.
I'm done, guys. I've had enough.
Thomas is even disgusted with me. I love it.
I'm just confused.
I know. I went a different route. Nobody
Obviously,
wanted to follow.
Since so long that I kind of forget all that. Like
uh,
I don't even remember anymore. So that's cool.
oh God.
What are we looking at? Oh, yeah, chicken.
Quit looking at porn.
My
What are we
phone's
looking at?
down
What are you
there. I'm
looking
not
at?
looking at anything yet.
Yeah, I'm not looking at
Don't look at
yet.
anything without showing us. Like you know, you can search the web on the show. You can search the web on the show. Like you could have showed us Gabby Garcia.
Yeah, could
There's some people.
I'm slacking.
So, some people had to leave to check out Gabby Garcia because they're looking on their phone, and then it's
I'm
okay. It's
slacking.
okay, Thomas. We love
I'm
you.
slacking.
It's fine. It's fine.
why are you being
fine.
so
Well,
mean?
I'm not. I love Thomas.
Don't let
I
your
did say this. I
testicular pain.
Cut-
Don't take your
Let's not talk about
testicular
that.
pain out on us.
Not talk
Tim.
about it. What did I say about not talking about it? Cousin Mike. Cousin Mike. Just had a baby. I didn't even know that his lady was pregnant. Of course,
Oh,
no one tells me
congratulations,
anything.
cousin Mike.
Yeah, they just had their second daughter. So good
Nice.
for them. Congratulations. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't know she was pregnant. I haven't seen him since like last October, so that makes sense.
None of these are safe to show.
My father didn't tell me. It's my dad's fault. He's the one that would have known. I'm assuming, and he would have told me, but he didn't.
COVID baby.
He's my dad. Maybe.
I'm
I
waiting
think they
for those
plan on
COVID
having
kids.
at least one more anyway. But like, no one's having. No one's having boys. There's my cousins. It's 3 boy cousins, me and my brothers, like 5 of us, right? She, my dad, and my uncle. And so far, there's 4 kids, and they're all girls. No one's having any boys.
Nice. That's a man that knows how to get in the mood, especially after a nice run. Just
I bought deodorant in bulk on Amazon. Great decision. Best decision. I always run out, and then I'm like, I have to go get some. I don't feel like it, but I bought like a 12 pack. I'm like, this will last me. I don't leave the house that much. It will last me a year.
yeah. I bet like Tim only showers on full moons and outside because of how hairy you are. Well, actually, you're not, are you?
I'm not hairy, man. Listen, of the 2 of us, who has to get shaved for an EKG? Raymond.
Yeah, that was me.
I've had several, and they don't. I'm not very hairy at all.
That's funny.
So,
I was trying to make up for not showing everyone Gabby Garcia. See, Tim, I was going to show you the woman she's well over 300 pounds and can put her legs behind her head. But when I looked to find a decent image, I found one, but I can't hide the other images that's with it. So we don't want to get in trouble for the other images.
Yeah. The only way, I don't think it's really worth it, but you could find it on your phone and screenshot it and then send it to yourself.
Yeah, I could do that.
But it's not really worth it, I don't think. It seems like a pain in the ass.
That would be nice.
Ray's in. Ray wants it, so I don't know. Do whatever you want.
I mean, yeah, I'm always down for photos. I'm that guy. Guys, I know the secret to choose the sex of your unborn child.
What?
Leave it in deeper? I don't know. Have sex during
Mhm.
the day so that you can see where the ugh. Ugh.
Everybody, 1, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Casey.
Bang.
Casey.
Bang, bang, bang,
Sorry, man. We
bang.
love you. You're our favorite. You're like what 1A, 1B with John, but like, yeah, man, come on.
Come on, man. You know the thing.
Yeah, come on, man. Casey was telling us all about skateboarding earlier. Damn hoodlum with his
Yeah, I was
with
reading
skateboarding.
that text exchange, and then me and Casey took over after you left. Then I started talking to him. We had a nice conversation.
Yeah, I do remember like when maybe like late 90s, early 2000s around here, was skateboarding really started to pick up around here. People were freaking out because kids were like skating in the park and skating on sidewalks. They're like, what? All these hoodlums. So they had the correct solution. They're like, fine, let's get money and build a skate park. And they did. They built it like in the early 2000s. And it's been there like 20 years.
Yeah,
That's
I've
that
lived
story.
in I've lived in 2 cities with pretty decent skate parks, or at least counties where like there's the Menor where I grew up. That one has one of the best skate parks that I've ever seen. It's now covered in graffiti, but
Yeah,
you
of
know,
course. Yeah. I looked this up for some reason because I was curious. But you guys give me shit about my town. My town has a bigger population than both of your towns.
I know. Because
However, the general area where this is the biggest city in my county, and there's not a whole lot around me.
Okay,
Yeah, there's
Tim,
more around you than here, but
here you go, Tim.
What
I
we got?
found something. Here you go.
oh,
oh my,
This-
ooh,
oh Lord,
that's a woman right there.
That's not my
Bring her
equal.
down. Bring
And
it down.
she-
I want to see the thighs.
Oh,
See them
you-
thighs.
was she in Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo?
A few, probably. She was an extra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That one. Oh, I like that middle one in the. Yeah, that
This-
second middle one.
I'm afraid.
Second middle one was no.
Is it-
Underneath that one is the wonderful one because it shows off more of the thigh. I feel like Mo from Slapshot right now. Need to hike up the skirt a little bit more. Show more thigh. You'll make me sick. You make me sick when you speak, Maurice. This isn't art. This is sex.
There's tits on the screen now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's titties on the screen. Oh, we're gonna get tagged now. God damn it.
It
Oh,
was
well.
an accident. It was an ad. It wasn't our fault.
Yeah, that was
Right.
an ad. Hopefully
Right.
YouTube. We are the pervs of the MMAholes.com. If you want to know, thank you to the MMA holes. And I have a beef by the not finished. All right, Casey redeemed himself. They use this in breeding cows. Oh God. Oh no. Turn your back to the sun. Oh God. Jesus. Is this what our show has become?
Yes.
If it has, I like it.
Yes.
Sure.
Degenerates attract degenerates.
We are the repository for your degenerate needs.
The best part is
everything.
he corrected his grammar. After he
He did.
phone loads, he corrected his grammar.
It was like a text conversation. I love it.
We may have degenerates around here, but we got to get the grammar right there.
Yeah. Run it through Grammarly first, sir. At least have that on your fucking shit.
No, I'm a
God's
thing right
sake.
here. Yeah.
By the way, I want to say this real quick. I watched a little bit while I was watching the UFC UFC fight this past weekend. Watched a little bit of our friends at the MMA Holes live stream of it, and they played a song and I suggested Kenny that was like Hanging with the Boys, and they didn't play Kenny Loggins Hanging with the Boys. Here's the worst part. They didn't even know who Kenny Loggins was. How dare they?
I mean, I don't think they play any music that's copyrighted anyway, because they usually don't. But you really think, were they not joking? They've got big like
I would hope they didn't.
They have to know.
Know.
There's no way they don't know who Kenny Loggins. There's no way.
John, I want to know. No, have you guys ever given the girl the angry pirate?
No, only Spider-Mans for me. Spider-Mans are the best. and sometimes I ask them to call me Peter Parker, and it works. And when I leave, it leaves up Mysterio. Oh, who did that? That was me. Yeah, this fat chubby man in a muscle shirt. I love it.
Oh gosh.
But
I'm
no,
worried this
that's actually
episode's
one of
gonna
my
get
favorite
cold.
Patrice O'Neill bits ever is him talking about sex positions, and he did it. And this is how I know Amy Schumer stole jokes, which she did, because I was at the Traveling Virus Tour, Opie and Anthony, back in 2006, and he did that bit. He did the bits that she ripped off. But my favorite one always will be the Poltergeist. That one had me rolling on the fucking floor. And it's where you get a friend and a blindfold, and you get a window with a lot of moonlight, and then you have your friend get behind your partner and then take the blindfold off, and you're in the window waving. Like, to me, that always sticks in my head as one of the greatest jokes I've ever heard. Oh, but Patrice O'Neill, I love him.
If you're gonna rip somebody off, if you're a famous comic ripping, you wouldn't. Why would you rip off another famous comic? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, he's dead, and she
Still,
thought she could get away with
That's
it.
not how that works. You're not gonna get away with it. Listen, if you're gonna rip with the internet and YouTube videos and whatnot, it's almost impossible, really, to rip anybody off. But if you're gonna rip people off, just rip off an open micer who accidentally came up with something clever. You're like, I can make that funny. That's a funny premise. I can make that funny. That's where you rip off.
Yeah.
Not saying. No, here's the thing. Don't do it. But I'm saying if you're gonna do it. Oh my gosh, man! What are we becoming?
Apparently, everybody's
we're gonna get thrown off YouTube for pornography, and
that's fine. We can go to Rumble. We can go to Rumble and have fun over there.
What the hell is Rumble?
I don't want to do a show with no. I don't want to do a show.
It's like a
you
new
guys
YouTube.
No, I don't want that with you guys because I know I see what you show me on YouTube. What will you show me when there's no rules?
Actually,
the number one
make our show
podcast on the
better,
dark
to be
web.
honest.
The number one podcast on the dark web.
Hey, at least we're popular somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
not to be funny. After I showed the picture of the one chick, we done went up a couple of viewers.
Oh, we did, and that's because it's BBW love has no bounds. Has no bounds.
I think there's less attractive chicks that are in the fat dudes. I think there's less of those.
Well, that's why I'm skinny and I go for.
Are you?
I mean, for my height, I'm technically I have skinny arms and shit.
Our matchmaker bud Scott Corbin's looking for someone to fight a 1-0 205er on December 18th. You can get down.
I couldn't lose 20 pounds in that amount of time.
Yes, you could. I mean, I don't say it.
How tall is he is the question.
I don't know.
How tall is he is the question. I'll go on for and make that video happen so we can watch it on the, because we still haven't seen your fucking video. That fight needs to be seen.
It happened. I promise you that much. Like,
well, I trust that it did, but I want to break that bitch down.
I know, but we got to figure out how we're going to do it because I can get the DVD, but the thing is, I had to borrow it from Scott. He lives on the street. He'll let me borrow it.
Rip it.
How do we? I don't even know how to rip it. I do have a
you have a Windows Media Player. You can rip a DVD. If you're a fat dude, you just gotta get your paper straight and treat girls like shit, and you'll have to fight them off. Wow, that went deep.
Okay, then.
On
what papers did I know? Is he talking about?
I mean, as long as you have no debt, I guess is the moral.
I'm out.
That'll never.
Right.
Yeah, that'll never happen with me.
About to be bankrupt by medical bills.
Yeah.
So my grandfather said, he's like, well, at least you don't live somewhere like Canada or London where you have to wait a month to see a doctor. I'm like, yeah, but I wouldn't be getting bankrupt by the medical bills. It's a double-edged sword, I guess.
You can show up to the ER and they'll take care of you. Over there, at least.
I set I was in the first time I went to the ER since this whole thing started, which started on October 10th. I may have had symptoms before then, but when I passed out was October 10th. I was in the ER for 12 hours. And they didn't do that.
Yeah.
It's like I was in the waiting room for 6 and I was in bed for 6 and all they did was like one test. So it's anyway, it sucked. I'm not talking about that, right? As I talk about it. Let's just not talk about that.
Let's not talk about it, guys. It's not cool.
But I didn't watch all the fights because I was bored, man. There was one finish in all the fights. One finish.
Yeah, the prelims sucked in the idea that like
the Davey Grant fight was good. He lost.
Yeah,
good.
But it wasn't I even put it in the description like welcome to the club. See, we get fat guys. That's our goal. Fat guys, fat girls, white trash people, and possibly maybe illegal immigrants with new phones. Like I want that to be our demo.
Maybe
I want to get them early.
I also want
like got into the country. Random, why not know that we are the pinnacle of entertainment?
I want like a random country to get honest. Wouldn't that be weird? Like like Slovakia for whatever reason is like we're huge. Like we would move there. I don't even think twice. I'll be like, yeah, we're famous there. We're moving there. Like yeah, I'm moving. Whatever country, almost any country. All
right, you guys are big in Trinidad and Tobago. What the
both of them?
Okay, yeah, why not?
Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. I'd root for their Olympic teams every year.
No, it would be a country we don't want to go to, like an Eastern European country that you never heard of.
What was the one? I watch a lot of videos and like there's one called Geographics that's on YouTube. Shout out to Simon Whistler. That dude's awesome. I would love to actually interview him. That would be kind of cool. But he does like this thing called Geographics, and he does like principalities that have like 2 rulers that switch like roles every 2 years and shit. And you're like, wow, this happens in the world still. Like that's amazing. But like, yeah, I would move to some like awful country just because they loved us. I would. But we could probably buy buy a warehouse in like southern Russia right now for the amount of money I make every 2 weeks.
What's that? The Searching for Sugar Man guy? What's his name? Rodriguez, right? He's like huge in just South Africa. I'm like, why doesn't he move to South Africa? Like, I would at least visit a lot. I'd at least be there a lot. I mean, it's not super easy to live in another country legally.
No.
However, if we were doing a podcast and making money from it, we'd be able to probably pull that off. I think
we make like $1 million rupees.
Yes,
rubles. Become the Tim Dillons of Slovenia.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah. Would you rather take a trip by yourself for a week or to Haiti or Juarez, Mexico? Jesus, that's a question. I'd rather do Haiti because I like the beaches and I probably wouldn't die.
Probably neither. But I mean, the thing about Haiti, there's people from close to me, from Berlin, Ohio, that Lucas Mass, who we have on the show, he's from Berlin. It's Amish country area, but a mission from Berlin went down to Haiti and they've been gone about 6 weeks. They got kidnapped.
Oh God.
Yeah, they've been kidnapped. They want $1 million per person, which is not going to happen because it's Amish country. You might get like 1,500 a person max.
Send them some sheep they can eat. You know, like,
it's sad though. I hope they're okay because they went down there for a positive reason, a mission, and then they got kidnapped. What the hell?
You get those evil entities.
What do these people think? Do they think these aren't famous people? These are people from Amish country. People. Unfortunately, I mean, listen, you're not going to get $1 million. It's not like you high-profile journalists or politicians. It's not. It's just good old country folk that were trying to help you, but nah. Dicks. So my point is, if I'm going to Haiti, I'm going with my gun, and I'm gonna get those people out. Is what I'm saying. All right.
All right, Tim Rittenhouse. I get it.
I was gonna say like Chris Hemsworth in Extraction, but yeah.
Tim taking his shotgun he won in the raffle.
I sold it. Actually, sold it to my brother.
Oh,
But
did you?
yeah. But the only thing I'm going to say about the Rittenhouse thing is I didn't watch the whole trial, so I don't have all the facts. So I don't really have anything to say one way or
Okay.
the other because I don't have.
I
all
followed it heavily, actually.
Okay. But the only thing is, like, it was just weird. It's just weird that he was there in the first place with his prostate checking gloves on and this walking his hat on backwards. Like, why are you even
He
there?
went
It's just
there,
weird.
but
It's
he
weird
went
that
there to
even-
administer any kind of like medical aid because he was training to be like a nurse. He wants to be a nurse. Like
You have
that's
to
his like
have
goal.
to do that with an AR-15.
Oh, to protect himself from a violent fucking environment. Yeah, because there were peaceful people there, but there were people that wanted to do harm to anything.
Yeah, that's
And
everyone. That's every.
no, not everyone. I honestly
No,
think
not everyone. I'm saying there's usually a couple assholes in the protests.
there were. I mean, the people that were chasing him on that the FBI drone footage that came in, like midway through the trial, to me, like kind of exonerated him in a way. And I don't know. He's just he just. I mean, he was there. I wouldn't have gone. He was definitely one of those things where I wouldn't have done that.
So I'm not saying it's illegal because apparently it was found that it wasn't, but it was just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah,
it's weird.
he didn't
it's
cross
really
state lines with the gun either. Like, there's a bunch of shit that that came out in testimony that people were like overblown with it, and it really makes me sort of happy that I watch pro wrestling, really, with news. Because I've told people, like, when you watch it, you need to watch pro wrestling. That way you can tell what is total bullshit and what the facts are on all that.
Wait for Kyle Rittenhouse to come out the next Royal Rumble.
He wins the entire thing, just tells everybody to get out of the ring. Like, hey,
coming out to that they start playing "Am I the Only One" by Aaron Lewis, and he's like, with his gloves on.
No, I think he would come out to that one. I grew up in an old dirt road, and just like stone face the entire time, knowing he's gonna win.
Any Toby Keith song, but yeah, just that. Yeah.
The red, white, and blue
profile.
What happens is every time he pins somebody or whatever happens in the throws them out. Is that what happens? They throw him out of the ring?
In the Royal Rumble, yeah.
Every time he does that, like the ref stops him for a technicality, but then they overturn it. You can't do that. Yes, he can. Are you sure? Yes, he can. It's fine. Okay, they said you're good. It's fine.
Vince McMahon is out there. He's gonna win. God damn it! You know it. I know it. It's guaranteed.
I almost want them to do it because
Did you see Colby Covington? What he tweeted about, like, after the trial? He goes, I want Kyle Rittenhouse to come to follow me to the ring with the gun.
Great. In a full arena. Way to go, Colby. Good idea.
It would be just to see Kyle Rittenhouse and Colby Covington in the same, like, during a walkout. The amount of shit that will be thrown their way is, you could probably feed an entire Ethiopian village on that.
Were the people he shot black? I can't remember.
No, they were white.
No, they were white.
Okay, all so white. I don't understand where that comes from.
It agendas.
Maybe.
Like that's why I said. I'm so glad I watched pro wrestling as a kid. I understand politics now. It's the weirdest goddamn thing I've ever seen. Like, I didn't realize that until I'm like, oh fuck, he's lying. What?
No, I didn't go full on. I mean, it was maybe always a little bit of that, but Trump really put it full on pro wrestling when he would just do the debates. When they would be talking about stuff, he'd just be saying, nope, that's wrong. And just saying, Ted Cruz's wife's ugly. That's his platform for whatever. They ask him a question. He's like, Ted's wife's ugly. That's it. That's his platform. And people,
I know she does not cook a good roast. What do you want? Melania will cook you anything.
I fucked her and she made me terrible chicken. Yeah.
Oh, she uses no spice in the chicken. It's delicious. It's bland.
Dry chicken.
Like
I ate
me.
the chicken and said, "This is dry chicken." Yeah. How dry this chicken is, I said. That's my best Trump. I can't remember.
In my country, we boil chicken. Here you are. No,
Okay.
fuck you guys. I was
All
doing
right, there we go. All right.
Oh God. Yeah, man. I with that whole thing, it's just at this point, like I have no real opinion on it. There, some of the video stuff that I saw, it makes me think the defend or the prosecution was just a bunch of idiots too. I mean, they were the guys that couldn't shoot straight too. They came off like total idiots. There was one part where I think it was the Gage guy said something, and you could see one of the prosecutors with his face in his hands, like, "Oh fuck, we're done." And you're like, "What? How? I thought you had a stone cold case, motherfucker. Why?" Oh, what are you doing, buddy? You okay?
Yeah, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Oh, okay. Take him off screen. Don't
Got
want to
it.
see him anymore. Get him
Got
out
it.
of face.
Got it.
But yeah, so
Yeah,
man.
I have no opinion about it either because I've been inundated with it. By being at the job, I'm hearing about it every day. So
I bet.
So I toned them out to hear about Baker Mayfield all day. So it's just
Hey, you gotta have something to bring levity, dude. And Baker Mayfield is definitely a good punching bag at this point.
No,
Especially
Baker
his
Mayfield-
wife. Especially his fucking wife.
Baker Mayfield's the man to me now. I'm sorry. He everybody's angry that he didn't speak, but when he spoke yesterday, it's like, you know what? I didn't like you when the Browns drafted you. I started to like you because you're kind of tough and you kind of want to beat it. But after yesterday, I'm not hopping off the Baker train for nothing. I don't care if he does the wrongest of wrong. The fact that he started off the damn interview, yeah, I know I played like shit and I don't owe you guys anything. And they kept it in the Cleveland Browns, like they put their stuff on YouTube. They didn't bleep it out. They kept it. I'm like, Baker,
This
you
is
the
why
man.
I love
I'm gonna ride with you.
2021. Like it's shit is become like nothing now. Thank God, man. Like, thank you, Jesus. That I was watching the shitty Hellboy movie with the cop from Stranger Things.
With David Harbour, yeah.
Have you seen that fucking film?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It is. I've never seen somebody act mad and I go, I can act more madder. Like everything it was like this. Like I'm yelling. Like
they threw that thing together. And Ron Perlman came out. The original Hellboy came out and he was like, it just kept pressuring him to do something. They didn't come out with the right script. And he was like, no. So what's odd now is there is a script for an actual Hellboy 3.
Yes.
And Ron Perlman has approved of it. So, you know.
Because I love the original Hellboy. Like that to me, that first movie is one of the best comic book movies I've ever seen. Without a doubt. Yeah. And there was potential. I could see it in that Hellboy movie with what's his name again?
With David Harbour.
Yeah, with David Harbour. There were flat as my English teacher once described me in 8th grade. There were flashes of brilliance in that movie, and then you're like, oh no, David Harbour's on screen. Like, no. If it would have been anybody else, I think that movie would have been amazing.
If they wrote him a better story, I think it would have been worth it. Because in Black Widow, he actually made funny parts in the movie and didn't have to try as Red Guardian. So, it's David Harbour's one of those actors where if you do him right with a script, he'll be fine. Because Stranger Things, who's everybody asking about? His character. Yeah. They ask about the kids, but after they ask about the kids, they ask about his character. So David Harbour
just appeared in season 1.
I love David Harbour.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the Hellboy movie that he made was on Sci-Fi.
It's good.
And
I think
no,
it's
it
good.
is not a good. It's a cheesy. It's cheesy as fuck, dude. Like Uwe Boll could have made a better Hellboy movie than this movie. Okay, and I don't like a lot of. I like I like Blood Rain just for how cheesy it really is. And I know Uwe, I don't want to box you, but like he's not a great director, not a great script writer. But like Blood Rain was okay if you're stoned enough. But like the Hellboy movie that came out recently, it's cheesy. Alice from Resident Evil, she's nice in it. The dude that plays Merlin or the fucking wizard or whatever, he's good, but I don't. And then what's his name? The guy from Hot Rod, who wanted to fight Rod all the time in Hot Rod.
Oh, you talking about my guy from John Wick? I can't never remember his name.
Ian Shane. Is that his name?
Ian Shane.
Yeah.
Ian Shane.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
he did a great performance as Dad. I thought he was great in that, but like, just the hell. What's his name again? The guy who played Hellboy,
David Harbour. It was poorly written.
I liked it.
His acting was so ham-fisted. The actual stone fist of Hellboy.
I really liked
was lighter than the acting that he was doing. Like he was so into it. I'm like, why are you into this? This is.
I really liked the giant fight. That was pretty great.
That was dope. Yeah, but it's. I don't know. They could have did better. Do better movies.
Yeah, movies do better. Says Ray. Okay.
Yeah. Plus, some of the CGI, it looked like it was from like 1998.
Well, they rushed production too, because it was shut down for a second, and then when they brought everything back, they rushed it and got it out as soon as they could, because it's
like the Snyder cut.
Don't get
it's actually a better movie in 4 hours. I'm gonna say
it is
way better of a film. That was the nice part about that whole thing.
Now we might get an air cut of the first Suicide Squad.
Can we not with Jared Leto anymore? I'm good, dude. Like,
I do want to see the Gucci movie.
I've never been a fan of Jared Leto ever.
Why not?
I don't know. He comes off as pompous.
He probably is an actor, but you know. Now you don't like 30 Seconds to Mars? Dude, The Kill was one of the great emo songs, man.
Bury me.
Great song.
Fuck Madonna, yeah. Like that's all it really comes off as. And
so,
I would rather listen to AFI.
Hey, you watch your mouth.
AFI
is the coolest.
AFI was better when the dude had the emo swoop of all emo swoops that like went down.
Yeah, what's his face? Benji was Blink or Good Charlotte.
Yeah.
The fuck was that guy's name?
Doing musicals now or some shit.
I don't know. I'm going to Wicked, by the way.
All right.
Hey, this is an inclusive podcast, and we do not use language like that.
Truth is, I wouldn't mind seeing it either. I mean, I just don't want to go all the way up there.
I'm paying. Do you know how much I fucking paid?
$70.
You're close.
What?
You're under what I pay. I paid $89 for orchestra seats for Wicked. Oh. And it's on Monday, so I'm getting drunk after work. Like that's basically what that means. But I like it. Davey Havoc. That's it. Casey would know. What is that? I don't know. I just wanted to fuck with him.
Um, dude, I told you about this community theater musical I wanted to do, but I don't like. I was legitimately going to audition for it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to now because I don't know what the hell's going on with me. So I don't think I'm going to be all right by the time the auditions happen. And even if I did, if it's something I won't want to audition if I can't do it. So that
always
sucks.
next year,
Actually, I
kid.
wanted to do it.
Always next year.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You'll live through it. Then you should go to Andrew Law and start getting in shape. Because I'm already ahead of you. I got one class, bitch.
Dude, listen,
I'm gonna be doing once a week.
I mean, I need to go to the gym, but I'm not fucking doing judo anymore. My back's all fucked up. No way.
Go to jujitsu. You
Well,
lay down 90% of the time.
I agree with you, Casey. I agree with you.
See, there was that one song that they, CM Punk song. I like CM Punk's old song from Ring of Honor. Just because it has that CM Punk connection. And then that Miss Murder.
Just say, you know what song's in my head right now?
Hey, Miss Murder, can I cry on your shoulder? Cause I'm a pussy.
Hey, I went through a stage of AFI and
emo-ness. Please, dude, is there emo Thomas pictures? Let me see.
No, it wasn't completely. I was still bald, but still, AFI and him, and I blame Bam.
I like him.
Yeah, him is interesting.
Yeah, but
I like him too. It's weird.
What about they?
I never heard of them. Do they live?
Great movie, great fucking film.
Everybody, Dan Brown's a pretty big him fan, I believe.
Who?
Dan Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to some of their stuff. Yeah, they're where are they from?
I
Norway
think like the Netherlands or something. Yeah, somewhere Nordic. Where
not American is what we're trying to say.
Where it's mostly like tall white kickboxers. Like they come from the land of tall white kickboxers. That's what they do.
You're from Helsinki, Finland, by the way. But
okay, so again, tall
that
white
makes
kickboxers.
Sense. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
and hockey players. A lot of hockey players in Finland. Huge. What was the? Didn't Brian Regan have a bit about strongman? And he'd be like, "It was just a huge Finnish guy named Kittika Schwarzenegger or something like that."
I really wanted to see Regan in Akron last Friday, but I all week I'm like, if I feel good enough, I'm gonna go because the tickets weren't sold out. I'm like, I'm gonna go, but again, I didn't feel good enough, so sucks. I really wanted to go. Also the reason I haven't gone to see Ghostbusters yet.
Yeah,
I want to see Ghostbusters badly. Like it looks fun, and people are telling me to go see it. So
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull it off, especially the movie theater that I'm has like smaller seats. They don't have the reclining seats, and I got whatever's going on. It's not going to be comfortable, so probably not going to be able to do that. Oh well. Again, we'll stop talking about that. I keep bringing it up and then saying not to talk about it.
How do y'all feel about Bill Burr? Because he's coming to Robo next year.
Yeah,
I love Burr.
I love
to go to one of those shows.
I love Bill Burr.
Yeah,
I got to see Bill Burr on that Traveling Virus tour that I saw Patrice on 2 weeks after the Philadelphia incident.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever heard about the Philadelphia incident?
No.
I'll send you the video because we can't play it obviously on YouTube. I wish we could. It's a long video, but yeah, it's basically Bill Burr getting booed in Philadelphia by a bunch of Opie and Anthony fans, and he just starts going in on the city of Philadelphia because they had booed Jimmy Schubert, Dom Irrera, Carlos Mencia got booed at the time. He should have gotten booed anyway. But like, yeah, man, like everybody before Bill Burr was getting booed, and I have never watched a video as a comic now. As a comic, when I watch this video, I have never seen a man at his wit's end more than Bill Burr at that. And me and Tim can tell you about the horror shows we've been through where we like just power through it. We get to where we need to be. and then we say good night, everybody. He said, fuck that shit, and went straight Rocky versus fucking Drago and won. Like, he beat the shit out of this crowd for like 20 minutes. And it's one of the greatest videos I've ever seen as a comic and as a comedy fan. It's so good.
I just love when he calls him racist.
Yeah. Yeah. It
'Cause
was
he
like, you got a statue to a fake boxer, but yet
Joe Lewis is from there.
No, not Joe Lewis.
Joe Lewis was
Sugar Ray Leonard, I think.
Yeah.
Ray Leonard's from here, and you won't even put a statue of him. You're so racist. 20 or 15 minutes left. And he counts down the time. One of the greatest videos. Again, I would love, and I know he's talked about it a shit ton, but like I would talk about it from the Cleveland perspective because I was at the show after that. So it like talking to him as a fan in the crowd was like, I booed for like couple seconds to be part of the crowd. And then I'm like, all right, I actually want to hear him tell jokes. Like,
right.
It was so good, though, that Philadelphia tape. Oh,
Yeah, that's probably annoying at first because he said it before because the towns were like, do it to us, and that wasn't. He was just on Kimmel, I think, yesterday. I saw the clip. He told Kimmel they should have done a top 10 for the top 10 net places Kyle Rittenhouse's mom is going to drive him next. That's what he said. Oh, Bill Burr.
I love Bill Burr. He's one of the that's a guy when I got into comedy was one of like the big inspirations for me. For sure. Him, Norton, Mitch Hedberg, and then I would say like Stanhope. I always wanted to be like the angry drunk comic that Stanhope was, where it'd be like he finishes a beer. Can I get a beer over here?
Well, you got 2 of the 3 steps down, I think.
I do.
Angry drunk, then just be a killer. That's the next step.
Yeah, so, I know. I'm like
you're getting there. Getting to you have the angry and drunk.
This is true. I've been an angry drunk though since I was 18, so it's one of them things.
I'm not an angry drunk. I'm a happy drunk. When I get drunk, I'd start stripping and get happy and.
I want a studio now just so we can get Thomas drunk. That's all I want. We'll have a stripper pole just for him. No, okay.
Tim's like, I don't want no part of that shit.
He's like, I'd rather have my prostate pain.
What? I don't know if it's prostate. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Oh man. You okay?
Am I coming in okay? Because I'm getting like weird.
We're all kind of cutting out. I cut out
cutting in and out. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Gotta say, I don't know if it's just me.
No, it's been me too. So I noticed it. I had like the internet bar that you can have, or that tells you like your internet connection is low or whatever. But whatever.
I just checked mine. I think it looks all right. I think should be fine.
Do you want to talk about this Hall of Fame thing after I go pee?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me go take a leak real quick. You guys talk about replacing me, and I'll be back and we'll talk about this because I actually want to talk about who's on the ballot this year for the Hall of Fame. So I'll be right back, boys and girls.
There's never any girls that watch this show.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it is. So I already tried to get into it with Ray. What's your take on Baker? How do you feel about him?
Honestly, it's getting pretty close for me to changing my opinion on him. It's getting pretty close. Like, I don't want to. Like, I've been like, no, he's the guy. He's the guy. But then, that he has a QB rating of 8. I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I don't understand what he's like. He's mad at the fans now? I don't know. It's weird. Something's going on there because they have a lot of talent. We know that. And the fact that they're not playing well is just something's going on. I don't know. Like I want him to be the guy so bad. But that's the thing. Like originally, when I heard this year's the year they have to figure out they're going to extend him, and at first I'm like, dude, do it now. But now I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But the thing is, what are the other options? Keenum until you can find someone better in the draft. But like, there's not anybody coming out like really exciting this year.
The thing is, I wasn't a Baker fan when we drafted him. I did not like the guy. I hated the guy. Then he started playing for us, and I was like, okay, this kid really want to be here. Then you see how tough he is. I'm like, all right, I'm turning. After yesterday, there's no way you're getting me off the Baker train. Because, like, yeah, he's angry. He's frustrated. He doesn't know how to handle it. He's a petulant little kid. But I admire him for sticking to his guns and being a petulant little kid.
And he is really is tough as hell. According to his wife, he's the only one on that team that's tough, which is hilarious. Calm down, Mrs. Mayfield. Calm down.
We're gonna keep her out of it. But I'm
pretty fun. Like I'm sure he's gonna hear that. So how's your wife doing, Baker? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
he needs to sit down. I do think he needs to sit down at least a couple of weeks, at least 3 weeks.
Same thing. Because obviously, like, listen, he's not playing well, and if it has something to do with the pain, that he shouldn't be playing. Listen, Case Keenum is a $7 million backup quarterback. Like, use him. Listen, I'm not saying I would pick him over Baker. I'm just saying that the one time he did play, he played decent, he played well, and he doesn't make too many mistakes. He's a smart quarterback, but we're paying him. We're paying him $7 million just in case, that doesn't work out. So let him play. This is the thing. This is the season. These next 3 weeks are the season. 3 weeks, 2 games against Baltimore. This is it. If we lose both of these, we're just, wait till next year. We split. Maybe. If we win them both, we're feeling great. I mean, how happy I'll be if we beat them twice.
And it's a possibility because you got Hunt coming back, Conklin's coming back. Yeah. Ball control.
Jackson's is playing, right? Because he was sick, but it wasn't COVID. It was something else.
He pulled the same shit that he pulled during the game last year. Remember last year he had to go to the bathroom.
Literal shit. Yeah. Literal shit. Yeah.
That's all they did to set him down and said, we got the Browns next week.
Sam Darnold's been playing all right this year until he got hurt. Josh Rosen is like the only quarterback in that draft that hasn't been tearing it up. The other quarterbacks have been, I wonder who their number 2 would have been. I think Allen, which at first I didn't want Allen, but he's playing a lot better than I ever thought he would. And the thing is, I think a lot of people actually did suspect that Jackson could do what he's doing, but it wasn't until he went in the lead that people were kind of like, okay, like he can run. That's a good thing. Like it's not a bad thing that he can run for so long. Like people, I mean, other than Vic was like the one guy. But other than that,
I thought he was too frail. I thought somebody was going to crack him. That's what I thought when he first entered the league. And
I really hated the. I mean, listen, sometimes the race may play into it, but in this case, I didn't think it did at all. And then people said it would. Like if he was white, he'd be a number 1 draft pick. Like, or if his name was Michael Vick, Jamarcus Russell, or Jameis Winston, who were all number 1 draft picks. so that was a really dumb argument, I thought. So I'm like,
right.
But he was the first round draft pick. I think he was like the last guy picked in that round, right? And or close to it. And he's already won an MVP, and he's hard as hell to stop. So good for him.
And you got to give him his props. Like I hate that he's with the Ravens. But he's a good quarterback. He's an excellent quarterback. I'm sorry. He's excellent for what they do. He can't throw the ball worth shit, but he's excellent for what they do. So, and then the backup goes in and they don't miss a beat. So
they lost, didn't they? No, they won.
Oh, they won.
Who was their backup now?
Tyler Huntley.
Okay, I don't even know who that is. I know
he's out of Utah.
Okay, I know the Cardinals just signed Trace McSorley off of their practice squad. Hey, he was pretty good at Penn State. He was good.
Yeah, he was, but that's the perfect example of what we need to be doing. Like they sat Kyler down because they know their season's in risk. We need to do the same thing.
Yeah, so of all the games, he probably shouldn't have played last week, so we can get him ready for these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, because while I'm a Browns fan first, we should have tore the Lions' ass apart with Case Keenum.
Yeah,
we would have tore them apart.
It was there were so many dumb penalties and stuff. I mean, Teller, who never, he never really has a bad game. He had a bunch of penalties, and he also almost killed somebody, which was great when he pancaked somebody on that pole when he pulled and just boom leveled that dude. That was great. But both teams were trying their hardest to lose that game. They really were, and it's just Detroit just I think we lose to almost any other team that week.
DeAndre Swift is good.
For sure.
Stick by my Georgia backs. The only Georgia back that hasn't done anything is Sony Michel.
Yeah. Who was drafted before Nick Chubb?
Yes, he was.
Like 2 picks, I think. But he was. I think New England took him and the Browns. Maybe were they back-to-back picks? I don't know. I know they were close.
They were close. I can't remember exactly, but they were damn close. So.
Say this: Nick Chubb's the man. We already knew that. I mean, that whole game is just Nick Chubb putting the whole organization on his back and just running down the field.
And you know what? You know what I think really sparked him too? Kareem was on the sideline. Hadn't seen Kareem on the sideline in a while. And as soon as he had one big run, and as soon as Nick Chubb went to the sidelines, who's standing there? Kareem. That's why I love them two together.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, Baker just can't miss open throws and don't make stupid mistakes. I mean, we're going to be a running team.
So, and it's fine. Ball control. That's how we'll beat Baltimore. Ball control. That's how we'll beat them.
Whatever's I don't know what's going on in the locker room, but they need to fucking fix it. I don't know what it is, but somebody fix it. I don't know what it's. If it's not Odell, then fix it, man. I don't know. Apparently, the players went off on the coaches for something that's going on with the coaching. Then fix it, man. Just fix it. Just everyone try to get on the same page. I've never been in an NFL locker room. I don't know how that dynamic works, but gotta, the goal is to win games. Obviously, just fucking fix it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Big week. Obviously, Ohio State, Michigan, huge game, and then the Browns Sunday Night Football against the Ravens. Big games.
Yeah, huge games. Real huge.
This Michigan game is going to be a fucking bloodbath. I'm really excited for it.
Shoot, hold on. Getting us ready for the next topic.
Because I want to talk. I definitely want to talk about this because there's some names on here that I think will go in. Although, can we all agree that not only do the Baseball Writers Association, they can just suck a dick every time that the ballot comes out, because it's probably one of the most snobbish, garbage organizations to pick a Hall of Fame ever. But they never leave it up to the fans either, which is really shit. And I think that's something.
Think there should be a fan vote, but the fact that there's only ever been one unanimous choice, one ever. Think of all the players that have played this game, and at least somebody said no. All these players, like Ken Griffey Jr., Derek Jeter, all these guys are obviously Hall of Famers, obvious. But somebody said nah. Until Mariano Rivera, he was the only one.
It's all based on bias. It always has been.
Yeah, it is. You're not wrong. I don't.
And it's why? Like, you can let the fans put at least 3 Hall of Famers in a year. I guarantee you the fans will understand.
Then you get what happens when the NFL puts 6 in every year. There's people that, like, if they had the baseball system, a lot of those players in the NFL Hall of Fame would not be in the Hall of Fame.
No.
Baseball's a lot more selective, and I like that. But last year they didn't put anybody in, right? So,
but that's what pisses me off. Like, can't you just pick like Hurlin Bob Haggerty from the fucking dead ball era? Like one of those names nobody really knows, but put one fucking person in.
How often do they do the Veterans Association? Like every handful of years, the Veterans Committee can put somebody in who didn't make it through on the writer's ballot. Like they did that with
I
Harold
do not
Baines.
know that stipulation.
Yeah, they do it every couple of years. I don't know how many, every handful of years, because Harold Baines they put Harold Baines in a few years ago. He was one. All right, so let's pull this list up. Do you have the list?
Yeah, he's pulling it up right now. Hey, what's going on? Barry Bonds.
Okay.
So yeah, there's 30 names this year on the ballot. Bobby Abreu, Barry Bonds.
Let's do this, man. Let's just go one by one, and we'll all give a yes or no. We'll talk about it.
I mean, yeah, why not?
Because I mean, the writers they can vote. They can vote for everybody if they want. You don't only get so many votes. You either get a yes or no for everybody.
Yeah, I know that.
I think 70%. Okay, so yeah, let's just go one at a time. Bobby Abreu.
Yeah, I would put him Hall of Fame worthy.
I don't think so. I don't think he did nearly enough.
He was
Bobby
a
Abreu?
long-standing. He was a journeyman with great stats every year. Towards the end of his career, he started to taper off, but I mean, who doesn't? But he was always consistent. He had consistent years of at least sub 2 or above 200 every year.
Here are his career stats. Batting average of 291. That could be a Hall of Fame stat, not 291. But there's like 2,470 hits, 288 home runs, 1,363 RBIs. Those are Hall of Fame numbers in my opinion.
No, they're not. I don't think he should go in at all. No,
I think a definite no for Bobby Abreu. Barry Bonds, this is tougher.
Big
one. Not for me.
I mean, I know my answer already with Barry Bonds.
It's a hard no for me.
Yeah,
really?
It always has been.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah.
At this point, like the steroid era has come and passed. I don't think Mark McGwire should go in, or is he in? He's not in, is he?
No, I don't think so.
He's not. Or it doesn't look like he's on the ballot. Yeah.
No, he's already been. Yeah. He's not eligible anymore. You only get so many times. I think 10 times you get. He's not eligible anymore.
But like, I don't know, Barry Bonds. At this point, really, just to have him. Why not?
Just listen.
I don't want him to go in before Pete Rose. I'll say that.
Listen, to me, what Pete Rose did is a lot more forgivable. Steroids piss me off so much that I'd say all these guys that we're gonna go through, if they're on PEDs, fuck them. No, fuck off. No. So no for Barry Bonds. Mark Burley. Let me look at Mark Burley's stats. Mark Burley, probably not a Hall of Famer, but he's very good. He's like the Hall of Very Good, Mark Burley.
Yeah, I don't really. Mark Burley played for who?
White Sox.
Okay, that's probably why I really don't remember him that much.
He won a World
pay
Series
attention
with
to the
him.
AL Central as a kid.
He threw a perfect game. Okay, here's his record: 214 and 160. ERA of 381, 1,870 strikeouts. Those aren't Hall of Fame numbers. However, he's been very good for a very long time. And Mark Burley's the man. I mean, I'm sure he'll be in the White Sox Hall of Fame. He's very good. And as an Indians fan, he was a pain in our ass for a long time. One of the greatest defensive plays I ever saw was opening day one year when we played the White Sox, and Burley made that play where he ran into foul territory and scooped the ball in between his legs and threw it to first base. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
No.
It's a no. Roger Clemens, same thing.
No.
So great career, but and plus not only that, but when they had the hearings and stuff, he misremembered. It was just bullshit.
That's why I'm saying no. Like, at least tell the truth, dude. Like,
again, at least Mark McGwire eventually told the truth. He didn't at first, but eventually he did. That's why he's in baseball now. No, he never did. He's never admitted it. No.
I thought he admitted to using PEDs.
Never.
Yeah,
never.
That changes a little.
Yeah. So yeah, no, Clemens really pissed me off. So no, as great as he was.
Yeah, that's a no.
Carl Crawford is another guy who's very good, but
he was good in his day, but I don't think so.
Let me look at stats.
No,
I'm not gonna put Carl Crawford in there.
No,
me neither. But let me look at the stats. Is 290, 136 home runs, 766 RBIs, 480 stolen bases. Yeah, those aren't Hall of Fame numbers either, but he was very good. Like, no, I don't think so. I don't think Carl Crawford. Katie Lofton didn't get in. I don't think Carl Crawford did it. Prince Fielder. He was kind of all or nothing most of his career, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would, based just on his power hitting alone, I would put him in. But Like he really didn't contribute to any. I mean, the Brewers, when he was on the Brewers, he contributed a lot. Detroit really didn't do anything. His
Wasn't a
time
great
in Detroit.
defensive player.
No, was not a great defensive player at all. But like one of the better power hitters in modern Major League Baseball times is Prince Fielder. I mean, how many highlight fucking home runs did he hit?
Whole last back half of his career, he was not. He wasn't
No.
great. His numbers 283, 319 home runs, 1,028 RBI. I feel like Hall of Fame. Like if you're a home run hitter, like Prince, a predominant home run hitter, it's at least hit like 400. Right? They're pretty close. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I feel that's nitpicking a little.
Well, it depends. If he was one of the best defensive first basemen we ever saw, then that'd be different, right? But he wasn't.
No.
So I mean,
he was the fat guy on your fucking softball team that you put at first base because he could hit. Right. That was what he was.
And his career started before they started doing shifts. I mean, when they started shifting, it really messed him up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was just a power guy. So, no, from me.
No.
You haven't put anybody in yet. I love it. This is the first one that may be close. Todd Helton.
Yes, Todd Helton. To me, I would put Todd Helton in. I was actually at the game where he broke the Rockies record franchise for, I believe, RBIs. It was them versus, I think, San Diego. Don't quote me on that. I just remember Ronnie Dunn from Brooks and Dunn was doing a solo concert and he sang the national anthem. I remember that game fondly because of that. It was my first time at Coors Field and I got winded because this was back when I was like smoking cigarettes on the regular. I got winded walking up 3 levels of stairs at Coors Field to get to my seat.
I know how that goes.
Oh, I never get winded here though.
Looking at his numbers, the elevation, that makes sense. His numbers are a lot closer to Bobby Abreu's than I thought. I mean, he has a better average by a lot, 316, which is a great average. Hits 2,519.
He was one of the reasons they went to the World Series too. Don't forget that. Like he was a big contributor to that World Series team, and even though they lost, still, like nobody thought the Colorado Rockies were ever going to go to the World Series in our lifetimes. And fucking Todd Helton went, "Hold my beer, motherfucker," and basically became the captain of that team, especially during that year. Holy shit. And that wasn't that when they were wearing sort of the Florida Marlins-esque uniforms as well, where they had the undershirts
with the vests.
Like, the vests. Oh, one of the worst times in baseball history were those dumb vests that some teams wore on the field. You're like, no, like the Indians never did that, to their fucking credit.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. They
had
did
a vest.
Yeah, they had the italic eye on the side. And then it was awful. It wasn't good. Like when I see highlights,
that is not a good look for any team. I'm sorry.
I don't mind it, man. I think the Nationals pulled it off when they did it.
Yeah,
but I wasn't a fan of. When Indians did it was bad. That italic eye that stuck around for a few seasons was dumb.
Yeah, I remember that. That was.
I'm trying to find.
Hey, at least it wasn't the Chicago White Sox in the 70s. That'll go down as one of the worst uniforms. The softball shorts. You guys remember that? That was, oh my God. What an awful uniform. It looked like they were wearing pajamas. It was terrible. But now I would put Todd Helton in just because he was such a game changer for a team and kind of took that team on his back and took them to the World Series.
Man, I'm trying to find what his somewhere on the internet, damn it. How many votes? What percentage he got last year? He's not. This isn't his first time on the ballot, so I'm trying to figure out. I know I saw it earlier. I'm just trying to find. Oh, here it is. Got it. Of everyone returning, the most votes was Kurt Schilling at 71%, and he's 75. He got 44.9. So man, he's not even close yet.
I know, and hearing that, I'm like, no, he should be in though. Like, I think he's a guy that needs to be in the Hall of Fame.
It wouldn't make me too mad. But
Franchise player, always was consistent, had great years.
I'm gonna say no. However, it's
Okay.
it's
I'll respect you to be wrong.
Maybe the closest. It won't bother me if he got in at all. It bothered me if Bonds got in. It wouldn't bother me if Todd Helton's a good ball player. But I don't know. You're not. Well, if we can't put Todd Helton in, we're not going to put Ryan Howard in.
I'm not putting Ryan. No, I wasn't putting Ryan Howard in. As soon as I saw that name, I'm like, well, there's one guy that I'm not going to put in immediately.
I mean, we can put in his nose for being one of the hugest noses ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Ryan Howard to me, really, he had a great career, but not Hall of Fame worthy in Major League Baseball of all things. Same thing with like Tim Hudson. No, I'm not going for Tim Hudson here.
Hold on, let me look at these. I'm trying to pull up everyone's stats. I'm doing all these things at once.
Should have did the research beforehand, sir.
You think I was gonna remember all that shit? No.
Well, no, at least have it on your phone ready.
All 30. I had to open 30 windows.
Why not?
258, 382 home runs, 1,194 RBIs. Yeah, no. Ryan Howard again was good. I saw Howard hit a home run once in Cleveland.
Nice.
But that's it. Not great. Tim Hudson was badass. He was good, but he's not going to be. I mean, he was good with those early A's teams, right? And then the Braves.
Yeah, I mean, I could make a case for putting him in. I could, but yeah.
His numbers are better than I thought. 222 and 133, a 3.49 ERA, and 2,080 strikeouts. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if he got put in.
Right.
How long has he been on the ballot? That's another window I need to get. Damn.
Hold
tabs.
on, let me see.
MLB Hall of Fame ballot. Oh. What are we looking at now? What do we got? We're all just staring at our phones and not talking to each other.
Yeah, I'm looking up the next guy, to be honest with you, because
I'm looking.
I don't know, Tim Hudson.
I want to see how many votes he got. I had that page pulled up before.
Probably zero, because
not zero.
No,
because I want to talk about the next one, just because.
Well, we're gonna get there. Tim Hudson had 5.2% of the vote, so he's not going to get there.
Yeah, I just got that.
So, okay.
The next guy, I don't even think it's a question. I'm putting him in.
Same.
Torrey Hunter. I'm putting him in.
9-time Gold Glove winner.
Let me look.
Dude, and spent a lot of time in Minnesota, especially on a team that was on the decline in the 90s after coming off two World Series or one World Series. No, they went back to back, didn't they?
He's going to need a who? The Angels? No,
Minnesota.
They didn't go to any World Series.
I thought they did.
No, not in the 90s, but not when he was there.
But I'm talking about they were in the decline when he played for Minnesota. He started with them in 97.
No, he was on good Twins teams, but they didn't.
No, they weren't like the ones in the early 90s, though.
No.
Those teams were fucking stacked.
277, 2,452 hits, 353 home runs.
Toronto, by the way. Toronto was the one that went back to back. No,
in the 90s, the early 90s.
Yeah, that's
before Torrey Hunter played.
Yeah,
and 1,391 RBIs. I mean, listen, just his offensive numbers, I'd say no, but he was a pretty good defensive player too. However, he only got like 9% of the. He has to have a really big jump this year. If he doesn't get into like the 30s or 40s, he's probably never going to make it. But also, I'm not putting Torrey Hunter in either. I don't think I'm put anybody. I don't know, maybe. I gotta hate everybody.
Yeah.
But
Well, because
Jordan
you're a
was great.
baseball
He was
purist, though.
He was a great player. He really was. But Hall of Fame, yeah. It's like, listen, I think it should be really fucking hard to be in the Hall of Fame. It is, but so yeah, I haven't put anybody in it. So who you guys put? You only put in Todd. You put in.
I put
Helton
in Todd Helton
and Torrey Hunter.
and
Yeah,
Torrey
I put
Hunter.
Tory, yeah.
Andrew Jones. No, I mean, I don't look.
I mean, he was
had
he was definitely the lesser of the two Joneses on the Atlanta Braves, and I mean, because Chipper was that guy. So, and you know, I do not like Larry Jones at all. I refuse to call him Chipper Jones. Have I ever, Thomas? Have I ever told you that story? How me and maybe 30 other Pirates fans made Chipper Jones yell "Fook" after whiffing on a. So we're sitting. We had gotten these like really great seats for my brother's birthday, right? One we were gonna rotate between the scout seats where like who is the guy for the Detroit Tigers and also the Pittsburgh Pirates in the 90s? Jim Leland. Like Jim Leland was in the one of the sections we were sitting in, and then we were right behind the first baseline dugout, which was the Atlanta Braves. And like 30 people, including me and my dad, just started yelling Larry and fucking with him so bad that all of a sudden he just swings and you hear fuck, and that was it was one of the best moments of my baseball fandom. I love that day more than because there was like two Atlanta Braves fans like right in front of us, like a dad and a daughter, and we were just fucking with the Braves the entire weekend. It was fun. That was one of the best times I've ever had at PNC Park, was fucking with the like early 2000s Braves. That was that, and they beat our asses. I'm not saying I'm a Pirates fan. I don't expect them to win, but as soon as I buy a ticket, I know I'm going to see a loss. Like that's how I know that I'm there. I actually had a joke in my act for a long time where you know I'm a Pirates fan because too many games against the St. Louis Cardinals, my dad yells fucking Pujols and our TV breaks. Like that's how you know you were a Pirates fan in the 2000s. Yeah. We sucked and we still do, but it's okay. But yeah, no, I wouldn't put Andrew Jones in because he was the lesser of the Joneses, and Chipper was the star on that team.
He finished his career in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was good, but he. Do you have that those previous votes up still, Thomas? Because
the previous votes.
Yeah, like the percentage they've gotten. What did Jeff Kent get before?
Okay, wait a second.
Because I had it pulled up, but then I lost it for some dumb reason because of fucking what happened? A window closed or some tab closed. Bullshit.
I'm working on it now.
Jeff Kent may be really close. Like he I mean, he has better offensive numbers than Torrey Hunter.
He got 32.4%.
Did it say at which ballot he's on? I think he might get in. It's going to be close.
Yeah, because this is 8th year.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe not if it's 8th year. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it went up from 27.5 in 2020. So he's at 32.4.
Well, I think this year we're going to see how close he's going to get. I guess we're going to say no, but man, Jeff Kent was. I mean, he played 1 year with the Indians.
He did.
Yeah, I remember that.
So no on Kent, although Kent was really good. Tim Lincecum was great for a minute, but then like he got all that power from his wacky windup.
Yes.
His wacky windup screwed his hips up, and that's how he stopped playing. Like when he tried to make a comeback, he was throwing like 84 miles per hour because his hips were all screwed up, and he couldn't. I mean, before a minute, how many Cy Youngs did he win? A couple, at least 2, right?
Yeah, I think 3. I think he won 3 Cy Youngs. No,
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up.
I got it.
Okay.
I'm looking it up now. How many Cy Youngs did Tim Lincecum win?
He won 2.
Can't ask Siri, fucko.
According to Wikipedia, a 2-time Cy Young Award.
Okay.
Yeah, he won 2. Ha.
And he was the strikeout leader 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
He threw 2 no-hitters. Yeah, the thing is, when he was on those however many years he's pitching great, like his stats are like 110 and 89, 374, 1736 for strikeouts. But there was a time there before he got hurt that he was like untouchable.
Mhm.
I'm also going to say no. However, man, there's a time that, I mean, if he would have got a couple more of those years, I'd say yes. But you know what? He got hurt. So if they put him in, I wouldn't feel too bad because I definitely won't get in this year, I don't think. But I mean, just because of how dominant he was when he was healthy. But I don't, it wasn't his fault he got hurt. So I'm going to say no, but it's close.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no, but it's with it's definitely not with prejudice. I think one day he may get in, but I don't. Not right now.
So I think we're going too slow. Let's rapid fire some of these because I don't even think I have to look up the next like handful. Justin Morneau was good. He was a pain in my ass as an Indians fan. So was Joe Nathan, but no to both of them.
No, I'm not gonna put either.
No.
David Ortiz, yes.
That's
Yep,
different.
all
That's
day.
different.
David
all
Ortiz,
day.
yes, absolutely. What a great home run hitter and a
Probably.
big reason the Boston Red Sox won those World Series. So yeah, he's definitely in for sure.
Yeah, I mean, since they put Edgar Martinez in as mostly a DH, then you know they've set a precedent that they're going to do that with DHs. So yeah, 286, 2,472 hits, 541 home runs, 1,768 RBIs. But it's those clutch moments. He was so clutch.
Yeah.
I don't know if he'll get in this year, but I think he'll get in eventually. This is his first year on the ballot. I don't think he'll get in this year, but I'd say eventually, yeah. So I'd vote for him.
And he did this stuff clean, right? Just straight up eat.
He got
Or
caught.
no,
He got caught once.
yeah, okay.
So I don't know. I mean, just once, and then so I don't know. He claims that it wasn't. I don't know. That's the thing. We're gonna see what the writers think.
Yeah,
Because I know he did get popped once, but sometimes he get. I don't know. People claim that they can get popped for weird reasons, and he never got popped again. So I don't know.
Jonathan Papelbom, no. Jake Peavy.
He was the guy he was good for a minute, and then
yeah, but Jake Peavy, no. Andy Pettit,
yeah.
I
hate to say it, but yeah.
Well, now another HGH guy, Andy Pettit.
Yeah.
I know, but Andy Pettit was amazing. So
he could fuck off. No.
yeah,
Dude. Honestly, he had worse numbers than some of the guys we already said no to. He had a 3.85 ERA. He had one of the nastiest pickoff moves I've ever saw, but he was balking every time. They just didn't call it. I mean, it looked like it seemed that way.
Are you using your baseball brain or your bias brain? Is my next question.
Baseball.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, watch his highlights of him picking people off.
AJ Persinski, no.
Fuck,
not at all.
He was good. I fucking hated AJ Brzezinski.
The Korean sensation, Manny Ramirez.
Yes.
No.
Dude, no.
You just said you don't want to put steroid guys in, dude. He was on everything.
Yeah,
I know he was on everything. Okay. I'm thinking without my baseball mind. I'm thinking about when I was working at Jacobs Field and I seen Manny Ramirez first come in when he was a rookie in his 86 Caprice Classic. That was the first car he got. And I loved Manny since then. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm thinking without my baseball heart.
My favorite Manny Ramirez quote was Chad OJ killed his wife. That's my favorite. Manny Ramirez quote.
Oh,
where's Chad OJ on this list, man? He didn't Chad OJ. Where are we? That's
A-Rod.
No for Manny. No for A-Rod for the same stupid reasons. He's fucking taking all these fucking drugs, man. Watch Screwball and try to tell me to put either of those guys in the Hall of Fame. But I tell you what, like A-Rod's publicist is doing a great job, like trying to make him likable, which is impossible because he was like the least likable guy in baseball.
Nobody in New York liked him. Not even George Bush wanted him on his team. Think about that. George Walker Bush did not want him and traded him to the Yankees. Like,
was he still the owner when that trade happened?
Yes, he was. Yeah, He actually was one of the guys that signed off on the deal. But A-Rod, I mean, he was the Flacky to the best Yankee to ever do it, fucking Derek Jeter.
Right.
I mean, he was like, I wouldn't even say, he was like more the Clyde Drexler to fucking, or no, he was like the Kenny the Jet Smith to Clyde Drexler and fucking Hakeem Olajuwon.
No, he was the Terry Porter.
Terry Porter. Yeah, like nobody liked A-Rod.
I don't know what happened. You guys broke up. So
we said we equated Alex Rodriguez to Terry Porter, who was on the 1990 or the championship Rockets teams back in the 90s. But like, yeah, he was like, I don't know. He always he had a reason to or a way to just choke in the playoffs too. His bat went so cold in the playoffs a lot of times that like those Yankees teams he was on should have gone deeper into the playoffs, but they just didn't because A-Rod couldn't get his fucking shit together.
A-Rod reminded me of a lot of the modern NBA divas. That kind of That's kind of what A-Rod was, and I don't.
A-Rod would be a flopper.
As a
he would be a flopper for sure.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they said he was doing testosterone swabs in the dugout during the game, which is hilarious, but not putting him in the Hall of Fame. Fuck off. Scott Rowland was really good too, but no, he's
Jimmy Rollins, same thing. No.
Now,
Kurt Schilling, you can make an argument for, even though he did use. Didn't he get popped too?
No, that wasn't his thing. Did he?
I thought. Well, I mean, he shouldn't go into the video game Hall of Fame because he technically bankrupted an entire state over a video game. I forget what it was, like Knights of Catan or something like that.
Yeah.
He made this just awful video game and it tanked the economy of Vermont. So Kurt Schilling.
That is pretty funny.
But yeah, no, I'm not gonna. Kurt Schilling, not. Is this his last time?
I think so. No, I'm putting Kurt Schilling in.
Okay.
3.46 ERA, 2.16, 146 record, and 3,116 strikeouts. Yeah, for sure. But the thing, I think the reason
really bloody ankle.
The reason that he hasn't been put in isn't because I don't think it was steroids. It's because he's a far right wacko. I think that's what it is. People don't like his politics. That's why they don't put him in. I think that's why it's been. I don't think it's been steroids. It's been
that's bullshit.
He's pissed baseball people off. He's just pissed baseball people off. That's why they haven't put him in. So that's why I think he should be in, because this is a dumb reason to keep someone in the Hall of Fame. Steroids, good reason. That's a dumb reason. He pissed off the writers, basically. But I think he's going to get in.
Gary Sheffield, you can make an argument for. But I don't know. I don't think he was Hall of Fame worthy.
No, I mean, he had some great years. I mean, when he was with Miami, when they won the World Series.
He had a good bat, but no.
No, I wouldn't put.
Oh my gosh, these numbers are better than they thought they were. 292, 2,689 hits, 509 home runs, 1,676 RBIs. What did he get percentage-wise last time?
I do not know.
I know you don't know, but Thomas has it pulled up.
Working on it.
He's working on it. This has been a really clunker segment.
You know what? I'll take it, but because I like talking about this shit.
Oh, me too.
This is one of the only stat-driven sports that I can, look at everything and be like, yeah, fucking that guy. All right, yeah, let's do it.
But he only seen the 10% tick up from where he was last time.
So what is it?
He tallied between 11 and 14% in his first 5 tries.
Oof.
Yeah. So
Raiders don't like him apparently. I don't think he's going to get in. So
he's up to 30 now.
Okay, well maybe 500 home runs. That's Would he get popped too? Probably.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I do know as a tease, the next one we'll go into a long diatribe about him because
we don't have to.
No, I want to
All
because
right, I gotta pee. You do it.
long gone fucking summer.
I gotta pee.
Yeah. All right. Thomas, if you could, well, no, let's just keep the empty space.
Okay.
Just so we can show who the best alpha on the show is.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
But Gary Sheffield, I mean, he's on the fence. I think, honestly, great guy, but I don't think he's going to reach that threshold of 75.
Yeah.
Really don't. Next one, I'll wait till Tim goes. Let's move on to Mark Teixeira, and then we'll ask Tim about Mark Teixeira. I'm going to say no.
I'll say no, too. He was a good support guy, but he never
Yeah.
really stood out.
Great utility guy. Never really was. He wasn't your clutch guy. Let's just put it that way. But Tim, we're talking. We waited for you, so we moved on to Mark Teixeira. What is it? Will you say yes or no to Mark Teixeira?
Let me look at stats. I'm gonna say no, probably. I mean, he was great, and he's one of the best switch hitters of his time, but I don't think he did enough to be a Hall of Famer.
No. But I'll start off the conversation while you look for the thing, because we'll go in between, back and forth.
268, 409 home runs, 1,298 RBIs. He was good, but
that's not Hall of Fame worthy.
This is the one
This is the one, and I'm gonna, just so I can, Thomas, I want you to pull out your notes and your notes on your phone and take this timestamp down, because I want this clipped, because we are at 1:56:35, and I will start it off by saying, fuck Sammy Sosa, fuck him and Mark McGwire in their ass with a fucking red hot poker. Those pieces of shit in Long Gone Summer were trying to justify their fucking actions to be who they were. And to be honest with you, I am surprised, and we brought his name up earlier, that Sammy Sosa is in baseball, yet Pete Rose is treated like a fucking leper. Fuck you people, and fuck everything about baseball if that's the fucking case. Because Sammy Sosa, especially during that Long Gone Summer documentary, was totally and utterly guilty on all fucking charges, and he just smiled about it the entire time. And I fuck you, Sammy Sosa. You are a piece of shit. And Mark McGwire, and I say this because I'm like, baseball, you know, it's okay if it's our guy, but St. Louis, you should be totally against him. And I think Chicago has sort of removed Sammy Sosa. I don't think he comes in at like as often as a normal baseball player should, if any. But like, no, fuck off. Sammy Sosa should be just banned from baseball in general. Should never be allowed to be at a fucking little league field ever.
Well, he's not a part of baseball at all. Mark McGwire he coaches, but Sammy Sosa hasn't done anything with baseball, at least not Major League Baseball. Thomas, can you pull up a recent picture of Sammy Sosa? If you can find the one with
sure.
How am I darker than Sammy Sosa at this point? Is my
look
question.
Up Sammy Sosa cowboy hats, please.
Okay.
He does look like a Puerto Rican rancher in that hat. Like, I will say,
it's so good.
It to me, like, Sammy Sosa is that guy.
This is just gold.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's one of the best fucking like things you'd ever see. And I will say it's amazing to be on a show with three men who are darker than Sammy Sosa at this point. Like, he is powder is lighter or darker than him. How is that possible?
I think I put on Facebook a couple years ago, and I saw this picture for the first time there. Him and his wife. I think I put, I want some of that skin cream he uses so I can achieve invisibility. That's what happened if Ray and I try to use that thing. So he uses this cream that lightens your skin.
Looks like he has cancer.
Right.
Doesn't look healthy.
No. Not at all, dude. Like
But it's because he uses that fucking weird cream. I don't know why. He just did his wife make him do it? I don't know. It's weird.
he
I mean, because he was not that light. He was a dark. He's Puerto Rican, right? Or Cuban. Where's he from?
Cuban,
He's
yeah.
Cuban.
Yeah.
He was a dark Cuban guy. Now he's what is this, man?
Or no, he was Dominican, I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
whatever. But no, yeah,
Nobody
he is.
Dominican would do that to themselves. I hate.
Oh
to
my
fuck
god, this one is the worst. He looks like the Doctor Who thing in that blue. He looks like the TARDIS from
He is
Doctor
Dominican.
Who.
He's Dominican.
Yeah, I thought it was Dominican.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
There
like,
you go.
this is the
Perfect,
perfect
perfect.
picture. Perfect fucking picture. Go full screen with that. It's the things. That thing. Yeah, I believe it's full screen. Oh, never mind.
That's great.
Oh my god.
That's great.
And he's had his nose worked on too. What is he, Michael Jackson?
That's awesome.
Pretty much. I think that was his inspiration.
That's awesome.
Oh,
But this is how much we're all pissed at Sammy Sosa for what he did. 609 home runs, and we're just like, fuck you. Fuck your
100
600 home runs.
minus 500 of those, and I guarantee you that's probably the real. No, he
Really not even
looks
that.
like actually a Puerto Rican boxer at this point.
Oscar De La Hoya is mad at you.
Well, at least he didn't put on lingerie.
Oh,
Hey, fuck
Why not?
Oscar and that cokehead.
I'd rather
him
put
in
on
his ass.
lingerie. Yeah.
He's had a nose job of some sort too.
He looks like the guy who plays Cuban music at the Cuban restaurant in somewhere. Yeah, that guy. Like he comes in on Thursdays, and
He has a
DJs.
powerful cover of Despacito.
Maybe.
oh.
I worded that joke poorly, but you know what I was saying. Like it's
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
god,
doesn't look
he's
Oh,
doing
yeah,
the
He's
yeah.
dabbing. He's
I
dabbing.
don't know.
Oh, I wish he'd dab face first into a pile of spikes. Oh, I hate Sammy Sosa. Just my god, what happened to you, man? Like
Yeah, it's amazing.
he looks like he looks like the mayor of a border town.
Maybe. Oh shit, he looks like that actor's name. I can't remember. Let me look it up.
Oh, God, what's with the blue eyes is the question too.
contacts?
Like, ew. Although in this picture, he does look like he's trying to cosplay as Ricky Ricardo. So I'm fine with that.
Desi
Like, that's
Arnaz.
Babalu.
Desi Arnaz.
Oh yes.
Michael
Oh
Stolberg.
no, he's definitely trying to cosplay Ricky. He's not trying to be Desi Arnaz. Desi Arnaz at least had a good, powerful left hand, from what I've heard. So I'm kind of
Oh, this is
excited for
funny.
that. By the
Oh,
way, the
that's
Nicole
funny.
Kidman.
Oh, that's funny.
Nailed it.
That's great. That's fucking funny. Who's the woman? Is that his wife?
Yeah,
She's
that's
hot. Boy's fucking hot.
Well, he hit 609 home runs, right?
Again, I'm minusing 500 because of steroids.
Just 500, probably all of them.
I'll give him 100, maybe. He blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Who's next? Oh, Vizquel.
Omar.
That's the weird one because I read 2 years ago, or even last year, I would have said yes. However, now apparently, since then he's beat his wife.
Oh,
and
yeah,
there's that
yeah.
lawsuit with the kid from who was a bat boy in Birmingham when he was a manager. Said that he diddled him or something.
Yeah,
So
no.
sorry, Omar, not anymore, man. What sucks because we talked about this before. When I heard about this, it broke my heart because he was like my favorite player growing up, and then I'm like, oh, he's a pervert. Fantastic, great.
Yeah,
Breaks my
I'm
heart,
gonna
man.
fat
But
no,
it's
yo.
true. It's a no now. It used to be a yes for me. I wanted him to get in so bad, and I thought he was trending upward. I think he would have got in, but you're going to see his votes be basically nothing this year. I bet he won't even get 3%.
I mean, I hope.
No.
That's the only thing is you got to leave it up to the media on that, and you never know. You might get some biased people giving him more than he should. I mean, if he gets above 30, I'll be surprised after all these allegations and everything.
I don't know what he got last year, but he's going to be pretty far down.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm keeping a
Yeah.
low bar just because of all of
He may
the
not get a
stuff
vote.
that's come out
He
of
may
it.
not get a single vote. Because
I mean,
right now,
you can only hope for that, to be honest.
Although all this are technically allegations, but still, I mean, they look pretty bad. You vote for Omar right now,
Yeah.
which is like I said, it's unfortunate because I loved Omar.
Especially like the diddling is the death knell, but like also the wife beating that's just like that's like a cherry.
Right.
Like somebody had casada cake and went, I'll put a cherry on it.
Right.
Like,
I remember that that came out. That came out about the wife thing came out last year. The time some people were voting, and I think like half of the voters have already voted.
Yeah,
but he was down from that. But yeah, he's gonna have nothing now. He was gonna have nothing probably anyway this year, but definitely nothing.
you can only hope. Like who
Right.
I'm not for doxing people, but I'm definitely down to dox the people that vote for Omar Vizquel after that. Like you need to be outed as whoever you are because there's some skeletons in your closet, kid, and nobody's
listen,
perfect.
if someone comes out and be
but-
like, "Hey, it's all allegations. We don't know if this is true or not." So I
But
just
he fucked with a goddamn kid with
it was
mental
autistic.
Yeah, with mental illness. So you're like,
Yeah, I don't know. It was
that's not good,
I
dude.
hope it didn't happen. But yeah, I wouldn't vote for him. The last one is Billy Wagner. What was Billy Wagner? How close has he gotten? Because he was so nasty.
I'm not sure.
When he was a closer, he had 422. That's a lot of saves. 422 saves. 1,200 strikeouts almost. 2.31 ERA. He was nasty.
I mean, it could, but
and if you're gonna put another closer in, be Billy Wagner, but I don't know how close he got. I think I'm gonna say no, but if he got voted in, I wouldn't feel too bad about it. So, who did I put in? I just put in Ortiz. Is that it?
Yeah, you put in Ortiz. Me and Thomas did Todd Helton, Torrey Hunter.
Yeah.
And I think that was the only one.
Oh, what? Was it Pettit? You said?
Yeah, Andy Pettit was another one.
And Billy Wagner was at 30% this year.
Okay. He may get close, but I mean, listen, it wouldn't make me too sad. Look, this I can absolutely see. Well, here we go. This is the question. Now, how many of these people do you think are going to get in? And I'm going to say none of them. Maybe Schilling. If there's anyone, it'd be Schilling. I think he may be the only one who gets in this year.
I could see David Ortiz getting in.
First ballot. There's going to be
Schilling.
Old school guys who just don't want to vote for a DH right away. I don't think he'll get in this year. I think he'll get it eventually, but I don't think he'll get in this year.
I think Schilling has an opportunity. He was knocking at the door last year, so I mean, he has a chance.
How much he bitched last year when he didn't get in?
Well, yeah, I would be pissed too if it was 1%.
He pulled a I'm taking my ball and going home. He said he wanted off the ballot, but apparently that's not happening. So so that I didn't like that, but I'm just looking at him as a ball player, and he was a great ball player. He hasn't done enough off the field to piss me off too much. Like as far as I know, he wasn't much of a cheater, and so he just has wacky politics. And that video game is actually hilarious.
That game is so bad.
So funny. But yeah, so just I mean maybe Schilling and maybe Ortiz. So that's it. No one else is getting close. Unless they decide to put Bonds in. Or maybe they'll be like, fuck it, let's do it. I hope not.
Yeah, again, I think it's a shame that he got any of these guys go in before fucking Pete Rose, but that's just me. I'm from that generation where it's like I gambled on games. Who gives a shit? Like I understand that baseball is this, and you've talked about it a bunch of this hallowed thing, and it's a fucking game, dude. Like
it's the game, Ray.
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
Yes, it's the game. You just should not soil baseball. If you do, you're a monster. Get the fuck out of here. But you watch Pete Rose play and never tell me that he was like trying to shave runs or whatever. Like watch how hard that guy played.
Yeah.
So what? He did some dumb stuff when he was a manager, but as a player, he's not going in as a manager. He's going in as a player.
Yeah. Put him in as a fucking player, and let's then talk about everybody else. Because I would love to see that man go in before he passes on. God forbid.
They won't. I guarantee that if they ever put him in, he'll be after he died, which is
Yep.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But like he's technically not a member of the Hall of Fame. But when you go to the Hall of Fame, like I went this year, and there's Pete Rose stuff everywhere. It's not like they just pretend like Pete Rose didn't exist. There's a bunch of Pete Rose stuff in the Hall of Fame.
I get that, but like honestly, he should have a plaque.
He should. No, he should. For sure, he should. But I think
brought
it's funny
it up
how this he's banned for baseball, and they're not pretending he didn't exist, right? His stuff's in the Hall of Fame.
He was one of the biggest stars baseball ever fucking had.
He's still the hit king. No one's had more hits.
Yeah, and he's. I mean, those World Series wouldn't have been in Cincinnati. Wouldn't have been possible without a guy like fucking Charlie Hustle.
Right.
I mean, what are you gonna do, motherfucker? Like keep him out forever? If you do, fuck you, because that's bullshit. Especially because you look at it. Oh, he gambled on fucking games. Whatever. Who cares? He put money against his own team and fucking.
Yeah.
The fact that he was good enough to be able to win, that would win money and throw shit as a manager. The man is a god. Like he knows how to manipulate the game.
Did he bet on the Reds? He didn't bet against the Reds.
He bet against his own team a few times.
You know what? I think he said he never did that. But
I think he did.
He never bet against his team, but he bet for his team.
I think he bet against his team a few times. It doesn't say, to be honest.
Why do you think? Do you have evidence? Nope.
No, but sometimes you get cocky. Sometimes you're like, am I that good of a manager?
That Pete Rose story when he had a horse, I think he says in Cincinnati, that was like way far ahead of everybody, and then a deer ran out on the track, and
yeah.
What the hell? Yeah. His what do they call it, legs? He was torching everybody, his horse.
Yeah,
and
legs.
then a deer jumped out and then ran into the horse, and the horse fell over, and this horse lost. Like that had to be the worst.
It's like Gurbanguli met Hamadov, the guy from Turkmenistan, rode a horse, and then the horse threw him off face first. You've seen that John Oliver episode, yeah?
Which one?
The Gurbanguli Muhammadov, the dude from Turkmenistan, the leader of Turkmenistan, and and John Oliver kept showing the video of him getting thrown by the horse. It's one of my favorite videos ever. And then he made the cake of him getting thrown by the horse. I love it.
John said Sammy Sosa looks like Dave Chappelle's white character. He does.
No, he looks more like Eddie Murphy's SNL white character than Dave Chappelle's.
He looks like he's in whiteface, but really he's been creaming himself.
It's Mr. White.
Yeah, what if Ray and I use that cream, dude? We can be white as this wall.
I would go into all the men's showers. I mean, girls' showers. Sorry, slip of the tongue.
Visibility. Yeah. So that's great. So if you have that superpower, you're going to use it to be a pervert. That's the first thing. Way to go, Ray.
I would be Kevin Bacon's character in The Invisible Man. Okay, except for no raping. Luckily,
I still haven't seen that movie.
Yeah, I haven't either.
It's rough. It's fucking rough.
You know what else is rough? Not drinking doing this podcast. This is bullshit.
Well, I'm drinking for all of you. So,
is it bourbon? Then you're not drinking for me.
No. Off topic, but I think this would be kind of fun to talk about.
Well, we're kind of done with the baseball anyway.
Yes. I showed a guy who I've known for years the movie Slapshot for the first time this past weekend. Did it after the Tate fight, which we'll talk about the Tate fight a little bit because Ketlin Vieira is on a different fucking level right now, and she was impressive as shit, man.
She almost let the thing go. I mean,
I know
she won, but she needs to fix whatever that was. She was being hesitant, and she was landing a lot, and she was being hesitant. So
she was faster than Tate, but like she wouldn't. They even said it on commentary that she wasn't really going in for like the killing blow. She was showing almost too much respect for Miesha Tate. Like that bothered me a little bit because that 1-2 she kept throwing, it was landing hard.
I don't think she like realized how much her stuff was working. It was weird. I don't think she realized that her stuff was landing. It was strange.
Yeah, that whole card. I mean, there were some exciting moments in certain fights, but all in all, that was like probably I would say one of the worst cards of the year so far. I mean, we got a couple more to go, but I would put that as one of the worst cards I've watched. Like, I was on my phone.
Well,
more
yeah,
than I
there was
was
no
watching
finishes.
fights.
I mean, there were some decent fights, but there was no finishes. The Chiesa Brady fight was really good, but
Yeah.
and the David Grant fight was good. What was that girl's name? Santos, is that her name? Who choked out Joanne Calderwood or Wood?
Yeah.
That confused me. I'm like, why is it Wood now? Because listen, I didn't think of the fact that like she got married to a guy named Wood. I'm like, what's Calderwood? Was it hyphenated? Like, why did you
I
cut up
never
half your name?
noticed that it was hyphenated.
It wasn't hyphenated.
That's weird.
It's no, her last name, her maiden name is Calderwood.
I know. I
And
understand
her husband's
that.
name is Wood. Yeah, it's
But
not
there was
hyphenated.
no hyphen in there. I mean,
No.
you
No,
didn't
it was
go.
Calderwood.
She didn't go full
Calderwood
like
Wood?
white area or what was the wasp? What was the fucking?
Don't know. But Calderwood Wood
fuck.
would have been great hyphenated. Just Calderwood Wood. Hilarious.
Oh, white Anglo suburban person or something like that. I forget what the wasp thing was, but
Okay.
yeah.
Nailed
Sorry.
it, I guess.
White supremacy, anti, yo,
Oh.
against
What do we got? What
racism,
happened?
especially waspy people. Rich wasps suck.
Are you though? Are you though really against racism, Ray? Because you just ordered Thomas a bucket full of that Sammy Sosa skin cream. You just did it. I know you did.
Well, hey, I want color tone to match. Is that a problem?
You accept me for who I am.
Ray sending
Oh,
you
and
the
I
cream.
haven't done that
I'm
our
sending
whole
you the cowboy
friendship.
hat. I'm sending you the cowboy hat.
You sent me the
I
cowboy
actually have I have a couple cowboy hats upstairs.
Of course you do. Who's that surprised? Oh,
I lived in Houston for years. Do you not
I lived there for a
think-
year. Didn't own a cowboy hat or cowboy boots.
Well, because you don't like culture, okay?
I'm not insane.
I like cowboy hats. I think they're okay.
Ray come in. It's like, how do I get everyone to like me? That's what Ray does. It's like, I don't know. I'll just copy everybody else. I'll just do what they're doing and not be my own person.
I'm not saying that I don't do that, but fucking it's not the red Sammy Sosa cowboy hat at least.
I can find you one. Let's go to KNG.
No, I'll go to Mike the Hatter if any.
I'll find you one on Amazon right now.
You're trying to spend an entire welfare check.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do,
bro.
Get a beaver hat too. I'm all down for it. Let's do it.
Say a beaver.
I don't give a shit. And Ben Davis slacks. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he said beaver.
Is it? It wasn't a beaver. I can't remember what it was. The line from Kid Rock. Was it Ball with the Ball? Where he was like,
have you seen Kid Rock's new video?
No, I haven't, and I'm avoiding it like the plague.
It's great. Watch it.
As a Kid Rock fan, and I'm talking like pre-picture. I loved Cocky. Devil Without a Cause is a fucking classic. History of Rock is probably his best album, if I'm being honest, just because it was like the rockified version of his lyric book from like 1992. I like that about that, but like Jesus Christ, I'm not on the Kid Rock band. I would go see him live. I'm not gonna lie, but like anytime he would talk about politics, I'd go get a beer. Like I'd be like, dude, just play Prodigal Son and fucking Early Morning Stone Pimp. That's all I want from you.
That's basically what the whole
All I
song
ask.
is his politics and his that's basically his whole song. I mean, it is a rap song, but like basically the song How to Live by Monster Truck. It's basically that Monster Truck song, but Kid Rock raps over it. That's the whole thing. It's
funny.
just that Monster Truck song is good on its own. You didn't need Kid Rock in there ruining it.
Man.
Did you see Weird Al's tweet? It was hilarious.
I did. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
what did
I
he
saw
do?
that.
It said for something like, I'm paraphrasing, but for those of you who want to congratulate me on my Kid Rock parody, I have to clear something up. that's not me in the video. That's actually Kid Rock.
Oh,
Yeah. Because there is actually people that are like commenting on it that are saying like it's a Weird Al video and shit. So
It's something. Like, listen, I love that Monster Truck song. That's a good song. Monster Truck's a good band. This is just Kid Rock just ruined it. Is what he did.
Well, I mean, I thought I got kind of mad at him when he used "Sad but True" for American Badass, but then the Undertaker started using it as a theme song in the WWF, and I went, okay, it's cool because the Undertaker is using it. But like that album also has so many great songs on it that like American Badass is like
used Werewolves
like
of
a
London,
track. It's not even a there. Again, Early Morning Stone Pimp is a fucking amazing song. I'm trying to think.
It sucks when someone like takes someone's song to, I mean, I don't know if they get paid for it or whatever, but samples it, whatever, and just uses it to make a worse song. Like,
I mean,
like he did what he did with Werewolves of London. Like, why?
Thank you.
Garbage.
Thank you. I love you, Tim. This is why we're friends. This is why, because so many people who I steer people to Warren Zevon because they're like, yeah, I love All Summer Long. And I'm like, no, you need to listen to the OG and then all of his other fucking songs because Warren Zevon's the shit. And he should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because of the hits that he fucking made. But, you know, he wrote for other people. I mean, God's sakes, he wrote Poor, Poor, Pitiful Me. What the fuck? It's one of the biggest songs of all time because it's been like cross genre.
Until Jim Steinman is, I don't want to hear it.
Well, he's better than Jim Steinman. I'll fight you on that.
That's
No. You're
the only person I know who's actually that into Warren Zevon. You're the only person I know.
Well, I love Warren Zevon. I think some of his songs
you're allowed to
are some of the most creative and like funny songs I've ever heard in my life. Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. Great fucking song. Mr. Bad Example, which is my life theme song. Okay. That is my life theme song. If I ever have a comedy album, I'm calling it Mr. Bad Example and having the album that it was on, that
definitely sounds like you not making up your own creative name for your own special and using someone else's.
I don't care.
That sounds like you.
I will look like Warren and I will play that song as I'm going on stage. I do not give a fuck.
And you wonder why people aren't booking you, hack clack? Really?
No, that's not a hack thing. That's showing a tribute to my idol, a man who never gave a balls fuck about anybody and fucking did his own thing. Fucking amazing human being. For God's sakes, he made a song, Excitable Boy, where a character from a song he made about a record producer's daughter gets fucking assaulted by a man with mental disorders. The man did not give a shit. He did not give a fuck about anything. And I love that about Warren Zevon. And he was creative. He was a great songwriter. Fucking awesome songwriter. Great guy. Love him.
I want to see that werewolf with the Chinese menu in his hand.
I want to do that one year for Halloween. I want to be a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. And in a suit.
Listen, the people that get it, which would be 3 out of every 100, will love it.
I'm not saying he's not niche, but he deserves to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
However, so is Stein.
Lawyers, Guns, and Money.
Another
great fucking song. Where literally one of the lines is, I was gambling in Havana. I took a little risk. Send lawyers, guns, and money. Dad, get me out of this. Basically taking it from a rich kid's perspective. Hilarious. Because it's just, I love Warren Zevon. Love Warren Zevon. So good, man. Oh.
Tim, who's your artist that you really, 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 really love?
Well, there's a lot of them, but we're talking about songwriters. Jim Steinman died a few months ago. We talked about it when he died.
Yeah.
but he was one of my favorite songwriters. He wrote some, like, he didn't just write songs. The dude wrote epics. Like, his songs, like, what Jim Steinman's song, because it had so many layers, and it was just a big, big song. Like, he wrote all Meatloaf's music, and he wrote Total Eclipse of the Heart, and Holding Out for a Hero, Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through, and all Battered at Hell, and all those songs. All those songs are Battered at Hell. Anything for Love, all the Meatloaf songs, most of the Meatloaf songs. But just giant epics. This dude wrote amazing songs. He was the man. He's one of my favorite songwriters. Him and Elton John and Bernie Taupin are two. I mean, Bernie Taupin's lyrics are fantastic. They're so weird, but great. I mean, no one else writes like those two guys together, and they've written so many bangers, so many hundreds.
Only got one.
Those are my two favorite songwriters. Well, I mean, those are two together. John and Taupin are together. But
only got one. Tice Van Leer of Focus. I know Hocus Pocus is a niche thing, but if you really dive into Tice Van Leer and everything he's done, plus the one thing I always say is I want to be like him. This dude's like deep in his 80s, and every time he performs, you never see him frown. He never frowns. He's always smiling, doing what he's doing.
Yeah,
so that's somebody I really, really love.
Yeah, I'm very interested in to see who gets in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in the next like 20 years. Because there's not a lot of great like rock and roll bands. Some really, who I honestly think should get in, and I passed it, should be on the ballot. It sounds weird to say, but just because of the influence he's had on the hip hop industry, is Tech Nine. I want to
never happen,
and that's the sad part. I wish he would.
Happen. Yeah, I mean,
he
Snoop
should.
has a better chance than Tech Nine.
Yeah, man, you want to talk about a dude that came up from nothing in the hip hop industry to being one of the most amazing lyricists of all time, for sure, is Tech Nine.
Oh, who's the next rapper to get? I mean, listen, who's active rappers that are definitely going to get in? Jay-Z, Eminem's going to go in when he's eligible.
I pray to God no.
Why not?
Juggalo stuff. It's personal more than anything.
That's fine. That's the best way for you to say it too. It's like Juggalo stuff. You don't want to hear about it. Move on. You're right. We don't. Like, God it.
We all know what that beef was about. That was years ago, and
that's fine because you were Juggalo. That's fine. But no, he'll definitely get in. Rock bands though, like Foo Fighters got in this year, but what rock band after the Foo Fighters is going to get in next? And I'm like, I don't know, Fall Out Boy maybe.
No, God no.
They're going to get in eventually.
Maybe they will.
Generations. It's skipping generations of music, which is why I have a problem. My dream job is to work at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I love to be there, but because I love music, like all forms of music. And after taking a bunch of classes at Tri-C and learning stuff, I really fell in love with it more. But it's skipping generation. Like, we put in a good amount of the OGs, like 50s, 60s, and 70s, but we still haven't really covered a lot of the bands that deserve to be there. And now we've skipped to like where we're putting in the Jay-Z's. You're right. Fall Out Boy might be next. I'm pretty sure somehow.
They're gonna get in. I mean, of the era of that era of bands, they're the band that's gonna get in for sure. I mean, look how many hits they've had. They're gonna get in.
Right.
So I'm fine with that.
But you're missing eras of certain things, and we're forgetting certain artists that I'm afraid like we won't remember for 50, 60 years down the line. Like that's what's disheartening about the Rock Hall to me.
Rage hasn't got in yet, right? I mean, they will. I think they've been on the ballot a couple of times, so they just haven't gotten in yet. Yeah, they will. They should. I don't know who else was on the ballot who didn't get in. Waiting for Meatloaf to get in.
Thank you. Perfect example. Meatloaf. I'm trying.
Battered to Hell. It may be one. I mean, listen, I just talked about Jim Steinman. He wrote Battered to Hell, the whole album. It might be one of my favorite albums. I mean, it's great. That's the song that I've listened to that thing front to back a billion times, and I love that album so much. It's great. And there's a great documentary on the making of Battered to Hell. It's awesome. They did it a while back, but That's I think it was on VH1 or something. I don't. You know what? It's on YouTube. Last time I checked, it was on YouTube.
Okay.
And it's great. It's great. They talk about all those songs and how hard it was for them to get signed because it was weird. It was weird music. He already is, isn't NWA in?
Yeah, I think NWA is in.
Yeah, so he is in.
But even as a solo artist, Easy had some really amazing albums. I think he should go in by his own.
Missy Elliott deserves to get in there too. She doesn't
Yeah.
get a lot of acclaim for what she does. It's like
what
I
did
said,
they say? Rolling Stone say like.
Hmm?
I was saying Rolling Stone said that she had the 8th best song in the history of songs.
Yeah.
Which Picture Freakon's a great song, but I wouldn't. I mean, top 10 is kind of exaggerated.
I would say
think.
top 20. I think we
top
did
100,
talk
I'd
about
say.
this.
Yeah,
we talked
we
about
did.
this.
But that was the one where I'm like, whoa, that's because we went through a lot of the lists and place and songs we thought were not in the right place, and that's a great song. Get Your Freak On. That's great, but eight ever like my God,
I can't.
I don't know about that, man.
I can't wait till the new metal generation really starts to get nominated.
Linkin
Like
Park,
I think
that's another band.
Slipknot may be
Thanks, Tim,
maybe a
yep.
nomination for sure, just because of their impact on the business.
Chris Cornell in whatever way.
Huh?
Is Chris Cornell in Soundgarden?
I don't think so.
I don't know if Soundgarden is in. I know they've been nominated. But honestly, I think, and this is just a selfish pick, just because they've had the same amount of almost impact on the metal world as Slipknot, Mushroomhead should be in the Hall of Fame. And because of the fact, one, again, the influence they've had on a lot of metal bands over the years is very noticeable. You do have those bands that offshooted them, and Rammstein, that should be a band coming that should be on a ballot because of the fact.
I'm just thinking of the ceremony of Rammstein getting there's gonna be so many people like, what the fuck is this?
Till Missy Elliott, the music was not good to me, but she wrote so many songs you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
This is very true. But Rammstein to me, I could see one of my favorite stories. A friend of mine is a big Rammstein fan, and he saw them on the Family Values tour, and he was like, Rammstein exited the stage going, next is Korn. They are from America. They suck. And then fucking they go up stage.
You'll know I'm going to heaven when KMFDM gets in the Rock Hall.
Who's KMFDM though?
Really?
Yeah. We're white. I don't know.
They're German. They were part of the original German movement.
I don't know. No, yeah.
They made
not that up on my German German
rock. The only shit I know is Rammstein from Germany.
Remember Street Fighter, the animated movie, the first animated movie?
Yes.
Remember when Chun-Li fought Vega?
Yeah. Okay.
That's KMFDM.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That backing track. Yeah. Okay.
How many metal bands are in the Hall of Fame? One?
I mean, it's what's subjective. I mean, you're looking at Black Sabbath's in.
Okay, then more than one. Black Sabbath counts.
Iron Maiden, Metallica.
Metallica's the one I thought of. Iron Maiden, yeah. I there's more than I thought. Yeah, I forgot about Iron Maiden, and yeah.
Isn't
you know what? They probably will.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
they have so many hits. They probably will. I wouldn't vote them in personally, but I don't think Russ pissed too many people off to be in the Hall of Fame.
This is true. This is very true. But
Linkin Park, I almost guarantee they get in.
Linkin Park's getting in.
Yeah, they'll be first ballot. They'll be first ballot just because of what happened to Chester. I wish it wasn't the case, but I mean, they come in.
You freezing?
No, you're freezing, fucko.
Okay, maybe you're freezing to me, but it may be me. Let me check my internet.
Definitely you. But
That's
no,
fine.
I could see Nickelback getting in. I am a Nickelback fan.
Limp Biscuit gets in with Fred Durst and his old man get up.
Yes. I want dad vibes all day, every day. To go in. Like the fact that they aren't even on ballots now is a shame, just because of how that
They may not
period.
be eligible,
But that period, well, yeah, probably it's coming up. Probably about what 7 years? 7 years it'll be 30.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, they should have been. Yeah, no, they should have been in. No, it will be 30 in 2000. And I think it was what 97 was dollar bill, y'all. And then they did our namesake for this episode. I think it was like 99 2000.
2000 chocolate starfish
And the hot dog flavored water. Bring it on. This is dedicated to you, Ben Stiller. You are my favorite motherfucker.
It's a
Tim's Frozen too, which is the best.
I
part
had
about
that
it.
album when I was a kid. It was
Yep, he's freezing.
He's freezing up and down, yeah.
God damn it, Tim. How is it my Wi-Fi works today, but yours is garbage? You're freezing. Oh boy.
Oh, I forgot about them. Oh, yeah.
Well, okay. Here's the thing about the Butthole Surfers. I don't
back.
think they're Hall of Fame worthy.
I do.
I don't think they're
I
worthy.
got to argue with you on that one.
Because if you're going to put the Butthole Surfers in, you have to put Guar in. And I don't think Guar will ever get in, because that was that generation. That was absolutely that generation of metal and hard rock where it was artful, like artsy bullshit, and you're like, this is fucking wild. Like, this generation of rock is weird as fuck, and I love it. No, hey, you stand behind your Nickelback. That's what you do at all times, sir. So, oh God, the land shark. Oh yeah, the sand shark story. That's one of my favorites. Oh, Tim has left us.
He's gone. Oh my.
Well, his internet froze, so that's on him. I love Tim, but no, there are bands I wish would be in the goddamn Rock Hall that'll never get in, dude.
Yeah, he's done.
So,
Tim, are you okay?
You okay, buddy?
Oh yeah, I'm good. No, it's just the internet. It's fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's back to full animation. But no, the Butthole Surfers, I wouldn't put them in Hall of Fame contention at all.
No, I want Butthole Surfers. I want Guar. I want Primus. I want Kate. I want all of them in there. And
I see Primus. I see Primus being a late ballot. Like, I really do. You can't put a band like that, especially with Les Claypool at bass, not in. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were just too goddamn good. You can't be like, oh, that was just noise. We can't do anything. Fucking remember when rappers used to brag about having navigation in their car? Yes, and also at least 4. You had to have 2 in the seats, and then 1 in the front, and then a drop down to B-baller with your screens in your car. Abso-fucking-lutely. That used to be fun. It was Pimp My Ride before Pimp My Ride. It was dope. Those are fun days.
And now you only see TV screens in minivans.
Yeah. I'm trying to Corrosion of Conformity. I could see. I want to see more punk rock representation in there. Minor Threat. You know, a band I think should get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but probably will never get in because the lead singer was such a dickhead, but amazing. I would love to see the Pogues get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
to me, that's a band that spawned an entirely different form of music that nobody thought was really possible in Celtic punk, like especially early Pogues, where like Wexy's Dargle, a Body of an American, God, I can go on. Again, Shane MacGowan wrote probably, in my opinion, and I'm not a fan of this time of year. I'm going to go on record. I'm not a Christmas guy, but Shane MacGowan wrote the greatest Christmas story or Christmas song I've ever heard in my life in Fairy Tale in New York. To me, that is it's above Mariah Carey. It's above fucking anybody. If you've ever heard Fairy Tale in New York, it is one of the it makes me weep every time I hear it, because it's one of the most anti-Christmas songs ever, because it basically is about a couple living in New York, moving from Ireland, dreams and all that bullshit, to have basically and still have nothing. Like it's such a great song. I mean, Fairy Tale in New York. Shane MacGowan should go into the Songwriters Hall of Fame at least, because that man, for being the drunk that he is or was, I don't know, and having teeth bought for him by Johnny Depp, that man has one of the greatest music stories of all time, and deserves a lot more respect than what he doesn't get.
So Fairy Tales in New York, that's what it's called.
Fairy Tale in New York. And it's got it couldn't they actually, in England, they play it every year, and it's been censored because it uses a certain word or a letter that comes after E in the that uses a word with F that you can't say anymore. And
frivolous.
Yes, you scumbag, you maggot, you cheap, lousy, frivolous man. That's the line that Christy McCall says every time. But no, that to me, those are some bands. I think Korn will get in at some point.
Probably.
That's one of my favorite stories of all time. Where he fought, they were on tour with Motley Crue and he snorted at ants. I have an Ozzy cocaine joke that is to die for. I need to record it because it's so good.
My joke's to die for.
It is. But no, I don't know. The Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, especially. People say the Baseball Hall of Fame is terrible.
Yeah.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has chosen some fucking shit where you're like, really? Like Mary J. Blige didn't have to go in now.
Yeah, I agree.
But I mean, you could have put are the Fugees in?
Nope.
Yeah, the Fugees should go in before Mary J. Blige, in my opinion. Same thing with the Roots. I think the Roots should be in as a Hall of Fame band for sure, because to me you can't classify their music, but because it's so eclectic. But you want to talk about a band that has big time influence and big time love in the music community through whoever you talk to. There's always a drummer in a metal band that likes the Roots because of the drumming. There's a bass player in a ska band that listens to the Roots because he likes the bass. They're a multicultural band, and they deserve to be in way more than they should, like right now, because they don't get respect, and that sucks.
Well, the spectrum of subjectiveness with music is so wide compared to baseball and football, obviously, because that's one sport. We watch people play it. We know what's going on. But, there's so much different music out there. It's really subjective on who deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Who else was nominated this year who didn't get in?
I don't know. I'd have to look back on the thing. Thomas, if you want to look that up. Another band, to be honest with you, that I think should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, just because they help spur an entire movement of music, is the specials. I think the specials would be, I mean, before you put a Real Big Fish or Less Than Jake or even Goldfinger, you have to look at Two Tone Records and the specials as one of the most influential bands of the at least 80s and even like late 90s, because the ska movement came back so hard in the late 90s that bands like Real Big Fish, no doubt, would be nowhere. He keeps leaving. He's like my father. Why does he keep leaving?
Oh, he's
Honestly.
coming in and out. Oh,
Yeah, it happens. But dude, yeah, like the specials. I love the fucking specials. A Message to You, Rudy. Fucking Rat Race. Rat Race is one of the greatest fucking ska songs to ever exist. So goddamn good. Yeah. So here are the people. Tim will be back in a minute. There you are, buddy. So these were the nominees. You had Mary J. Blige, Kate Bush, Devo, Foo Fighters, the Go-Go's, Iron Maiden, Jay-Z, Shaka Khan. Oh, so Iron Maiden isn't in. Judas Priest is. Shaka Khan, Carole King, Fela Kuti, who I don't even know, LL Cool J, New York Dolls, Rage Against the Machine, Todd Rundgren, Tina Turner, and Dionne Warwick with her psychic network. All day, every day, they will tell you they'll tell you the fortune, and then sing "Ooh Child" to you afterwards.
Put Devo in.
Devo should go in.
Yeah.
Dude, well, you know, the thing is, like, most people only remember like one or maybe two Devo songs. However, it's just that they basically sparked that whole movement of electronic music there. Sparks is another one too. Sparks, they're one of those bands that all bands, like your favorite band's band is Sparks. It's a great documentary on Netflix about Sparks. It's really good. So Iron Maiden didn't get in. They will, right?
No.
I mean, yeah, that's a minute.
I think Bruce Dickinson has
the
like said
band,
some shit. Bruce Dickinson has said some shit since they didn't get in about how he didn't care and doing the whole rock star thing, and
that never helps. But
no, but I mean, again, unless you put Warren in, because I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame once.
Me too.
And it was, I still did it in protest until I did see, I think it was Excitable Boy. I did see a lyric sheet for the original lyrics of Excitable Boy, and I cried a little bit because I'm like, oh my God, it's in Warren's like handwriting.
I've never been, but I am gonna make it in there.
I
Let's
mean,
go. Let's do it. I've only been watching this years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they did a pinball thing. I still have a coin from it, where they did rock and roll band pinball machines, and you could play like the Kiss pinball machine from like Detroit Rock City.
The pinball wizard pinball machine.
They had a couple Who pinball machines, and I did play them. It was awesome to like play those machines, because hopefully one of them was from like the movie or something. So,
can you hear me all right? Because I'm gonna do Hero of the Week. And
yeah, let's do Hero of the Week and have some fun.
Well, I sent Thomas a couple things. I sent this thing. I don't know if you can pull it up, but this guy like flew this girl he met on Instagram. He was an Instagram model, like to see him and like I don't know, like hang out with him, and like she looks nothing like any of her pictures. so the dude just sent her back. We're like, he's like, he kicked her out of his apartment and told her to find her own way home, which is hilarious. So that guy's a nomination for Hero of the Week, because he's like, you know, the picture, they show the pictures and she doesn't look, I mean, like she doesn't have the booty at all, which is weird. Like, what was I gonna say? That's the guy.
He looks like a dude that would do that.
Yeah, it does. Number one, he does 100%.
It's like all the good guys,
100%.
all the girls.
There we go. Let's go. That's Instagram pic. But
Why?
what did she think
Why
was
are
going to
they
happen? Like, would she just look anything like her Instagram? What did she think was going to happen? He'd be like, "Whoa, you have a great personality." Like, did she really think that's what was going to happen? He was just going to be like, "Oh, whatever."
That
Moving
ass
on.
still looks spankable, though.
I mean, but it's a basis of false advertisement.
Absolutely.
Right,
but
but
like,
what did she
buyer
expect was going to
beware,
happen when she
man.
got there? What did she expect was going to happen?
She was going to meet
Like,
the
I
man
wouldn't
of her
freak out
dreams.
probably, but obviously that guy looks like a guy you would. You see this other picture on Instagram, I'm like, yeah, of course that guy does. How many rings does that guy own? But yeah,
just right in front of that Ferrari.
right.
It's getting that Conor McGregor heat. I like it.
But that's hilarious. That made me laugh a lot seeing that. Another one was the Northeast Ohio somewhere English teacher that assigned their students to grammar correct the Odell Beckham Jr. letter.
oh,
I didn't see that. That's
You didn't
funny.
see it? Oh, that's so great. Yeah, she assigned her class to correct the grammar and his what's
Of course
great
it was
about
a
that is
woman.
there's
It
so many
sounds
kids
petty as fuck.
there's so many kids who probably did great on that assignment who couldn't get into LSU.
oh.
But
True though. Probably. But the point, but we understand why he's there. It's for athletics.
uh-oh.
I don't have a problem with that.
We're losing you.
I don't know.
Lose you, Tim. Yeah.
It's a weird.
It's like a
I
record.
think it's like a personal choice to use bad grammar sometimes. I feel like Odell Beckham. My bad.
Oh, you're fine. Sorry to interrupt. It's just your internet was cutting out again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
I think your twitching was messing up your camera. Maybe.
I was just saying that I think Odell Beckham probably knows better grammar than he actually put in that letter. I can give him the benefit of the doubt, but it was just a personal choice for him to use bad grammar. I don't know. But it's funny that she's a nomination because she that's pretty funny. She made her kids do that. Another one. Hold on. Oh, you know what? I think that's it. So my actual hero of the week, I have to send something to Thomas.
All right, send it over.
And then I have to pull out this article. But I'll send this to Thomas.
Okay.
It's a picture. Sent. Let me find the article.
Okay.
There's this guy in Britain who does GPS. He's a bike rider and he does GPS pictures. But this one he did like a Movember one, and it's fantastic. Like the fact that he was able to pull this off on there we go. He was able to pull that off. How great is that? How hard is that? You have to map out that perfect route. Look how good that is, man.
That's epic.
That was his bike route, his GPS bike route. How great is that?
That is an artist right there.
Boxes and hearts and stuff, but like that with that much detail, that's so awesome.
That man played with Etch-a-Sketches as a kid.
Probably. I wonder how long it took him to map that thing out.
Years. I would I couldn't come up with that math. Like, okay, I'm gonna have the eye right here by next week.
He broke Guinness World Record for longest continuous GPS drawing by bicycle in 12 hours.
12 hours? That took him 12 hours to do?
66.48 miles.
I would need a nap and at least 15 meals to finish that fucking thing.
Wow.
Yeah. The guy's name is Anthony Hoyt. He goes by the nickname Pedaling Picasso. But I haven't looked at his other stuff, but this one he did for Movember is great. That's almost 70 miles, and just look, I don't even think I could make like a circle without messing it up if I try to do that, or a square without it looking messed up. But it's great, and it's not like you get that many chances. I wonder how maybe he did mess it up a couple times. I don't know, but you just you got to nail it, man. He nailed it. Look at that. You have to be able to draw too, right? Probably. I mean, I'm assuming he could draw that free-handed.
Yeah, probably.
I think you kind of have to, right, to figure out what you're going and what you're doing there.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I don't know.
That's detailed.
I was impressed. That's all I'm saying. I was impressed.
Oh fuck yeah!
So that's my
very
hero of the
impressive.
week. Anthony Hoyt, the Pedaling
Oh, God.
Picasso. Is that Harry Styles on your?
Yes, because
Okay.
I sent that picture of my shoulder, that is of my bruises. I still can't believe I got that bruised from doing jujitsu. Like it's that right there is the definition of a guy who hasn't done jujitsu in 2 years. Like that is pretty gnarly. And when I got out of or I didn't even shower yet. Actually, I'm gonna shower tomorrow. But no, yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm waking up at 6. It's okay. I don't have to go to my first stop's at 8. So fuck it.
You haven't showered since you did jujitsu last night?
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't left my
Listen.
house also in 2 days.
Well, listen, I do
I
this
showered.
too, but, like,
I
not
showered
when
yesterday before jujitsu.
not when I roll with sweaty men. Like I would definitely shower right after. You got to do that right away, dude. Like I know people who've gotten staph infection from rolling. Like just fucking do that right away. You should probably do it at the gym if they have showers.
They do
But-
not.
Okay, well then do it when you get home. But yeah, that's right away, dude, for sure. When you're rolling with, dude,
Yeah.
right away. You don't want all that stranger stank on you. You don't want that.
Hey man, it is what it is at this point. Like
Is
I
it-
literally
is it
passed
what it
out at
is?
I think it was like 10:30 last night because I was so tired. I almost caught a couple darces. I almost got a couple darce chokes while rolling with someone. I was so proud of myself. Like I
that you
had it
almost did?
perfectly. What?
That you almost got it.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
proud of myself that I was like that it like almost into it where if I would have hooked the leg and gotten the hand on the back, I would have been, but I just decided to like clamp down like, a douchebag. But no, yeah, it was fun. I'm amazed I was actually like able to keep the guy that I was rolling with was like, I think 4 inches smaller than me, like a little small dude, but like really great guy. The Lil John is what they call him. His name's John and he's small, so they called him Lil John. But no, that dude definitely has skill and he's a blue belt. So I was keeping up with him and I'm surprised by that, especially since I really have I have no stripes on my white belt. I really can't fit into my gis. So there's that. I look like I honestly thought I looked like a lowland chimp on the mat yesterday because I got a big belly and like man tits. So and like skinny arms and legs. So I look like a chimp. It was quite nice. Oh, you've seen a well-fed chimp at the zoo. Shut up. It's there.
I actually kind of zoned out. I just
No, Thomas is who I'm responding
okay.
to because he's trying to like think about that. Like, how does Ray look like a chimpanzee? Trust me, if I took my shirt off, it'd be like totally chimpanzee tits on this guy.
God.
Oh,
I look like an 80-year-old chimp. It's not fun.
I just wanted I wanted to get to this card this week. This card of the week this weekend's really good.
Yeah,
It's a really
this card
stacked
this
fight
week's gonna
night.
be fucking fire as shit, dude.
Main event is Rob Font and Jose Aldo, and Rafael Fiziev, who's a monster, and Brad Riddle, who also kills people. Like that's going to be a great stand-up battle. Someone's going to die.
Jimmy Crute also. Jamal Hill's gonna be really nice.
Matt Brown and Brian Barberina.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, those are two guys that are always fun to watch fight. Hopefully, Matt Brown gets a win. I love Matt Brown.
Yeah, Matt Brown.
Oh,
I
Chris
want
Curtis
Matt
is
Brown
fighting. I didn't know he's fighting. Chris Curtis is fighting again.
Ooh.
He's fighting Brendan Allen. Yeah, good for him, man. He was on the MMA holes. I didn't ask him to be on the show. Well, yet. Maybe, hopefully, he wins this time. Wins again. We have him on. Yeah, good for Chris Curtis. I didn't even know he's. Yeah, that's cool. Clay Guida's fighting Leonardo Santos. Oh, Alex Moreno and Mickey Gall. That's in the prelims. That's going to be good.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at it on the UFC website, and I'm not.
Yeah, they don't have like
fights.
half the fights. I'm on Topology.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, they haven't put those fights up. So
Our friend
apparently-
Master Ken would call that bullshit.
Don't blame me.
I think I got it. Hold on, guy. Let's see here. And boom. There we
Oh
go.
shit. Oh,
Yeah,
they don't have all the fights on there.
Yeah, they
They
don't.
don't have them all on there.
No, go to the prelims.
Let's go there.
Tapology is usually pretty good about updating cards. So if they've heard that these fights weren't happening, so I don't even know who's fighting for sure, but hopefully Matt Brown is fighting still.
Zagalaz is going to be a good one. Is Zumagalov or whatever his name is. He's a killer. Yeah, those are all the fights that they have on the
That's all they
website.
got right there.
Yeah. Fuck you, UFC. How about that? You
Damn.
pieces of garbage.
Jeesh.
That's just harsh.
No, I love Dana. He was great when I met him. So
Oh, yeah, they don't got all of
very respectful guy, and really cares about the fans. So
It's not
you're
as
yawning.
Yeah, on Steam.
Yeah,
we covered everything I wanted to cover.
good. So what we'll do is we'll call it a night, guys. Thank you to everybody.
Sucked.
What?
This episode sucked. It was slow and boring. I was sober the whole time.
That's because you
I mean,
were sober.
We started off hot.
We did.
Look up, Tim, before you go to bed. Look up Not My Equal.
What? What is it?
Before you go to bed, Not My Equal.
What is that?
That's her name. And look at her athleticism.
He'll send you the name.
No, I understand.
And I got to send
believe
you
you.
the Bill Burr tape after we
Yeah.
get off as well.
Yeah.
So, but as we always say before we run out of steam, because we are the prettiest men.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Oh, yes.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody watching. We appreciate all of you. If you're watching this after Thanksgiving, we hope you enjoyed the turkey and cranberry sauce because that's the best parts besides the stuffing. And it's all good shit because we all in the MMA community are brothers and sisters in arms. And we would like to say, as always, we will see you at the Kumite, fam.
Chocolate starfish. No. Chocolate pie dish in the turkey flavored water. No, real quick, it didn't hurt when I peed last. So that's good.
Huh.